This is Sandstorm. This is Sandstorm. This is Sandstorm.
In you and I, there's a new land. Angels fly, the sanctuary, my sanctuary, where fears and lies melt away. What's left of me? What's left of me now? I watch you fast asleep. All I fear means nothing. In you and I, there's a new land. Angels fly, the sanctuary, my sanctuary, where fears and lies melt away. What's left of me? What's left of me? I just wait and we'll see. My heart's a battleground. As lush whiskey. We're one with that lush Carolina. As lush whiskey. And you show me how to see that nothing is holding nothing. It's broken. In you and I, there's a new land. Angels fly, the sanctuary, my sanctuary, where fears and lies melt away. What's left of me? What's left of me now? Melt away.
This is Sandstorm.
Yeah. Connect yourself with the word so you're always online. Sonic can run fast, but my lord is always on time. I was doing the word, but only to check off the list. My lord didn't do me like that, so why would I do him like this? It's bound to push his agenda, even if the odds are stacked. Because he makes a way out of no way, and he's got my back. You feel the pressure, huh? That ain't enough. We fall down, but now it's time to level up. What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? We are here for another Stormcast. I got the main man. Oh, I just realized I'm wearing silver and got gold on. That is horrible. I'm with
man.
the-
Sometimes you can make it work depending on how the fit looks, you know.
Right, but everything. So you can't see, but everything from here down is in like either a gold or like a brown that's close to gold. Like even got some Jordans on, and they're in gold too. Like
Oh,
in
man.
black and gold. So like,
Oh, got to get the Zelda with the gold embroidery next
right.
time. If you got one, yeah.
It's in there. It's okay. I'll survive. Is it down here? No, it's not. Okay, I'll survive. Anyway, I got the main man here, Geronimo. Geronimo, how you doing, man?
Doing great, man. How you been, Sandstorm?
Doing pretty good. So we got plenty of people in the chat. We got Dark Void and Trinell holding it down for us at this time. Make sure you share this out to everybody on Twitter and the respectable spaces. So everybody knows that we are live, which I should know because we go every Saturday at 7 o'clock. So, I mean, like at 7 o'clock range, I should say, CP time. You know how we do. But anyway, it did work for Pokemon Gold and Silver. That is true. Facts. So you guys know how we do before we get right into the main stuff. First, we got to pray in. Secondly, I got some housekeeping stuff to do, and then we'll jump into the icebreaker. So real quickly here, Father God, thank you for allowing us to have this safe space today, Lord. Thank you for gathering us together so that we could talk about gaming and the things that we love. We appreciate you watching over us in this safe space that we have, that there is no animosity or any overly negative things that causes any anger or anguish. So we appreciate you and all that you have done, will do, and are doing for us. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
So real quickly here, housekeeping. Next Friday is Nunami. Make sure you show up for Nunami. We talk about anime. I know y'all love anime. Don't even play me. I know you love anime. So don't pretend like you don't like anime. Come on through. We're going to have a great show. Really getting into the anime talk. I'm actually going to try and push for some more conversation, especially involving some of the animes that we do see versus the trailers that we are watching, because we watch those at the end, but we have quite a few trailers. So with that being said, that is all the icebreaker. All the housekeeping I have. So icebreaker, we'll go back to the regular. I'm not going to expand it out too far because we got plenty to talk about and plenty more to get into after that. So what have you been playing lately? Moderators, if you could, I know it's the one that we usually do all the time, but if you could for me, please and thank you. Put it down in the chat what our icebreaker is, but what have you been playing lately? So Geronimo, what have you been playing lately, man?
Well, this week, it's the usual mainstay, Marvel Rivals. I keep up with it. I'm gonna be slowing down it now though, because I got the season pass things I wanted to get done. They had like an event dealing with Dracula, because yes, Dracula is a character in the Marvel universe. He's a villain. He's Dracula.
Yes, he is.
Yep. So I got finished with that, and it kind of teases the next season stuff. But of course, it's the weekend now. Monster Hunter Wilds is here. It is here. So I've been playing a lot. I haven't played any at all today, funny enough, as I'm talking about it. But I've just been doing some other stuff and working on some other content like what we're gonna be talking about soon. And yeah, that's pretty much been it. Monster Hunter and a little bit of Marvel Rivals, and then of course Star Overdrive demo.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, which we will have a good conversation, good little discussion about that a little bit later. So chat, what have y'all been playing lately? Go ahead and throw it down in the comment section. And if you're on Twitter, I'm pretty sure I get the same stuff. The only thing I don't think I get actually would be the Twitch, or not Twitter. I'm sorry, Twitch. I still get those things, but the only things that I may not get actually is the TikTok stuff, because we are live on TikTok as well.
Oh,
So yes,
Cool.
yeah. So let me go ahead and check the TikTok side, make sure we're good on TikTok as well. Yeah, we're good. We're good. Yeah, we're good. Okay. Trinell said, oh, thank you. Thank you for putting down the icebreaker, Trinell. Really appreciate you, bro. So what have I been playing while they go over their stuff that they've been playing? I want to do this in order because one of them is actually a longer talk. So I've been playing. Oh, whoa, okay, yeah. So last week, I had found out that the Berserker demo was out on PlayStation 5.
the first Berserker.
No. I need the exact name.
Okay.
The one that's coming out.
Is that the action game?
Yeah.
I'm telling you, man. There's been and y'all in chat can probably relate to this too. There's been so many demos, betas, playtests, what have you. The past month of February, it's been wild.
First Berserker Kazan.
Yeah.
I think it's I'm thankful that they put this out, because I was already kind of curious about it. So you play all the way through like the first area, and you play the final boss. And so I had been wondering and really curious as to how that game would play. You know what I'm saying? What the gameplay was like for that. And it's, man, I don't want to call it like, I hate using the word Souls-like. I hate that.
It is kind of getting. I find myself pretty like saying that as well, because it's like it's something you can. So when you explain is that it can be like, okay, you know how the flow of the game goes, even though it may not be 100% like.
Yeah, because it's like that term now is so like it's Souls-like now has become a general term for an action game that if you go to a rest point, all the characters respawn.
Yep.
And in a general sense, it's about timing and that kind of stuff. Like that's become what a Souls. And so now people try and like actual Souls, or like Souls like where are we talking? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, right. Like how far in the soul spectrum are we?
yeah. So it's so I would say in that sense, it plays like dang, like so I wouldn't say it's unique. It's not unique in its own way. Like the gameplay is much different, but I will say that it is more on the lines of like the actual Souls games, but I'm trying to think. I feel like there's another game that plays just like that, but not. But because like the game is linear.
Oh, it's linear, okay.
But it's not. I mean, like there's areas that you can veer off to, but you always have to go back to the same like route.
Hmm.
But it's and the visual style is very kind of, I wouldn't say cartoony, but it leans on a little more shading on the cartoonistic side of things.
Hmm.
But anyway, so I played that. I played that for a little bit. It's fun. I can see it being very enjoyable. I kind of question the longevity of the game, to be honest with you.
Hmm.
And I say that because I didn't. So like, I feel like when I first watched this game, it was like relatively fast, and maybe I'm thinking of the wrong game. But I feel like the game was like relatively fast, as in your character was moving a little bit faster. He was doing like these huge combos and stuff like that. And yeah, I can see it's very early on in the game, but like I feel like if you were gonna do a demo like that, you would want to show, some, you know, decent powers. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
like give more, like have more to play with in the demo.
Yeah,
I feel
yeah.
you.
And
Yeah.
it very much was not that.
Interesting. Wow, that's kind of bold.
Yeah. So you're playing exactly how the starting of the game plays. So the combat is a little bit slower. Um, let me
Interesting.
see.
Okay.
Let me see if I can find first Berserker Kazan. And let me see it, because I like when I was watching it, I'm like, man, I know this game. I feel like this dude was like ripping and running and like, pulling swords out of chests and like just whooping butt. And yeah, you kind of do that when when you break the meter. It's kind of more like Jedi Survivor than anything.
Okay, I got you.
So
I
attack
Oh, go ahead.
attack wise, like it's like more like Dark Souls, where you don't get like the reaction or like the flinch or anything like that.
Hmm.
But the action wise, it's more like Jedi Survivor.
Okay, I got. So combat is familiar to, I guess, Dark Souls in a sense,
Hmm.
but then it has a slight. It's not like super hardcore like that. Like it has a slight difference in how you can kind of recover yourself or react or
Yeah.
something like that. Okay, I only remember bits and pieces of it. Obviously never played it, but I do recall it. I think it was at some of the Jeff Keighley shows. Like I think Game Awards,
Hmm.
stuff like that. And it looked pretty raw back then,
So,
or just period. So
so
I
there's
didn't.
an so there's another game. I feel like it came out on a Switch, and I think I used to have it
Hmm.
on Steam. And it actually, I would say it plays like that to almost to a T. Let me look through my list. Um, I thought I had it as a demo. No, it's not showing up here. Of course, it's not. Um, Dang, what was the name of that game?
Have an idea when it came out? Like
Oh, like a few years ago.
oh,
I want to
okay.
say.
It's like middle of the Switch life. Got you.
Yeah. What up, Vito?
Vito.
What up?
I'm looking for this game. Yeah, it's not even on my regular stuff. I must have deleted it all the way through. Um, this game that was like kind of like Souls like. Did you? I don't know if you got a chance to. Um, but did you ever play the demo for First Berserker Kazan?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Nah, I didn't get to.
Okay, I didn't even know that it was out until like I really was like messing around with the PS5
It
eShop.
was out like a while back. I
Wait,
want to
when
say
did this
not
come
even.
out?
I want to say like maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago. I saw
Okay.
it was. It's been out for a minute. Well, I think for a minute.
Code Vein, that's what it was. It plays just
Oh,
like
Code
Code Vein.
Vein.
Yeah.
Dang.
Oh, okay. That's a good look. That's a good look. That's the game. I think I said this once on the show, like in the past few weeks. But that's the game I'm surprised did not get a Switch port.
Yeah, it's weird, right?
Yeah, like, yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if that pops up on Switch 2 randomly, like just
Oh,
out of
yeah.
nowhere. But Yeah, I looked up First Berserker Kazan because I did hear there was a demo for it like sometime last year. Because one of the
Mhm.
people on Twitch I follow, she was playing it one day, and I was like, oh, this has a demo. Oh, and this has a demo now. It's still available.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
So
okay.
like, look how fast the combat is. Like,
Yeah, like wow.
yeah, like he's sweeping through. So I'm like, okay, this is like when I first saw him, like, okay, this is definitely what I want to play. But when I played it, like, you don't have any of those abilities to do any of that. Like, you're just
Um,
swinging away old soul style. You know what I mean? And it was just like, oh, okay, this game is kind of slow. Like,
dang. Do you? I mean, do they at least let you unlock certain abilities so you can? I mean, not obviously not go this fast, do hacking and slashing like crazy, but at least to like have a little bit more sauce with the gameplay.
nah,
No.
no.
Wow.
Like you level up, you can level up your character, whether it's his health, his constitution, his strength,
Okay.
like those things. So like those things are in play, and you even get like new different armors and stuff like that. And if you get matching armor, it like strengthens you in those kind of ways. But like as far as like the actual abilities, nah, nope. You're literally playing through the first levels, and it's just like regular. You know what I mean? Like it's I was just like,
Interesting.
not the best way to start a demo off. Like you could have given us like maybe 2 moves, you know what I'm saying? Like so that we can experience that, like what the demo is or what the trailer is showing off. But yeah. But I mean, even still, it was decent. It was decent.
Okay. Okay.
You knew what you were in for by the end of the demo. So so yeah, played that. Went back and played more DC, which is wild. I'm still surprised that I'm playing that again.
DC.
Yeah,
DC Online.
DC Online. Yeah,
Oh, like DC Universe
yeah,
MMO. Oh
Yeah.
man.
yeah. I got caught, and now I'm like back at playing it on the Switch. So
It happens. How is the Switch version? I remember it came out years ago, and I was like, this game is old.
yeah,
Not like it's a
not-
bad thing. It was just like, oh man, like it was unexpected.
and it's weird because it popped off when it first like came to the Switch. It
Mhm.
popped off heavy. Like it almost seemed like nobody had ever played like a lot of Switch users didn't play the game, so it popped off heavy. But I almost want to say it came out a little bit before Bayonetta 3. Maybe not Bayonetta
Okay.
3, but there was another game that came out like a little bit after it did, and as soon as that game came out, it was like nobody was on there.
Dang.
It might have even been Metroid 5. It might have
Oh,
been Dread,
I could, that's okay. I can see that.
and it
Yeah.
got Ghost. like,
Yeah, that's-
dang, where everybody at? I thought we was playing.
Doesn't it leave have like crossplay or whatever?
It does.
that's good.
And cross saves too. I haven't connected my accounts, but it also has cross saves too. So
That's pretty good.
and it's cool because it used to be that like, there was like new stories and stuff that would come up.
Mhm.
And you would have to grind in order to get to those stories. But now they just let you play the stories and they put you at like the general level of what you should be during those stories. And then you can still get gear that will get you up to that level real quickly. So it's like, do you want to skip and pay money to skip to go to that level? Or do you want to do a little bit of work and get these items so you can still get to that level? So that's cool. Yeah, so what up, Samo? Appreciate you coming through, bro. Obviously we've been playing Zelda and our nostalgic legends. We're moving really slowly in that, but we are surely moving.
I think
and
I
then
caught some of your stream. I'd be stealthily checking streams here and there. Were you in the Forest Temple?
yeah.
Oh man,
Yeah.
that's one of my
Yeah.
favorites in that game.
That's one of
for
my
sure.
favorites too. And
And
you know what?
Ambiance is perfect.
It's weird because I don't think I've ever after my second time of playing that game, I don't think I've ever gotten hit. And because
Wow.
there's lag, like mad lag in the game
Mhm.
from just doing the stream,
Right. Oh wait, were you playing it like through like the window of streaming it?
Yeah.
Oh, you're a trooper,
Yeah.
Sandstorm. You're a trooper.
Yeah.
Oh man.
It's so much lag in there, and it's funny just to but it like it like causes a challenge, right? So you
That's
gotta like
true.
really kind of time out and think about timing and everything. It's fun.
Classic.
Yeah. So been playing that, and then so the last thing that I've actually been playing, shout outs to Sam O. He gave me this story while we were at work, and he was basically, telling me about Baldur's Gate, and so yeah, and so like off of strength, I went ahead and picked it up, and I've never played a D&D game like ever. So this was like my first chance, and I even told him this. I probably would have sold that game, to be honest with you, not because the game's bad, not because the purpose behind it and everything, but I would have gave the game back if I couldn't play a samurai. Like the first playthrough, I'm playing through it, I have to play as a samurai. And now there isn't a samurai. Yes, I paid full price. There isn't a samurai class for the game, but there's a mod for the samurai class.
Oh man.
Yeah. 3 days before that. Oh yeah. See, I didn't
sale.
Yeah.
That game doesn't go on sale super. It does, but it's not like super frequent. Like
Right.
Yeah, you gotta catch it.
Yeah, so I've been playing it. I've been playing it as a samurai. I love the game as playing a samurai. I love the actions, reactions, and stuff. And like sometimes my quest takes me like way away from where I want to be. So it's very Zelda-esque in that kind of way. But the story is building on me. I'm really enjoying it. I have to find myself fighting to like want to play that versus playing like other things. Thank you. Mod with achievements. Yes. Mod with achievements. Have to fight myself wanting to play that game versus other games that I need to be finishing. So it's in that sense, it's really good. So yeah, been having a lot of fun. If you guys haven't tried that out, I know Shadow had picked it up a while ago, but he picks up a game and then like a year later or a year and a half later, he'll finally play it. But yeah,
I'm kind of like that too. Unfortunately, I'm getting better at it. I'm gonna try and be better, especially with Switch 2. I'm gonna try and be better at it. But
that's all we ask. Do better.
Do better.
So yeah, I've been having fun with that. Let me see. Trinell said, I believe the Dungeon Fighter spinoff game. Oh, yeah. Okay. Sorry.
Yeah, he was commenting on it earlier.
Yeah. Dark Voice said he's been playing Dante's Inferno. It's still a great game. I'm surprised it hasn't gotten a remaster, to be honest with you.
I know, right? That definitely, at least I did it. Dark Boy, if you're still listening, and whenever you can get back to us, did they ever put that on like PS4, Xbox One, or is that only on 360, PS3? Because one of my remember in college, one of my roommates, my friends, I watched him play through most of it. Very interesting game. I will play if it comes back for sure, or if it's readily available.
It's on Game Pass.
It's on Game Pass?
Yeah.
Oh wow. Well, wait, is it okay? I have to double check.
It might be the 360 on Game Pass.
Oh, console. Okay, yeah, because I got the PC Game Pass, so a
Um,
little different. It's better for newer things, not so much the older things.
yeah,
Yeah.
I used to play vicariously through Vito, and hear him tell the stories about the game because I don't think
I wouldn't want to play it again.
I think I know why. There's a certain content in the game that not everybody can,
like it really made me feel
away from it.
It made me feel real eerie, like playing it, and felt like it felt real crazy. Like, I wouldn't, like, I don't know. I've never had a game or anything make me feel like that. it made me feel like God was looking down, like, why are you playing this?
Oh,
You really have your hand on this controller right now, playing this game.
So now you're
Boring.
fighting sins like this? Like you ready for this? You ready? And they did have some like demons that had some like crazy stuff, like like some stuff I won't say on here, of course,
Mhm.
PG over here, but definitely, I mean, it just made me feel very, very eerie. I felt like once I got done with it, I was like, thank God.
thank God.
Because
For
like,
real.
Let me go pray real quick.
Yeah.
yeah. Remember, I think I said last week when we were talking about the systems and stuff, when I talked about 360, I got that about like my 360 messed up. It messed up on the Dante's Inferno.
Oh
Mm.
man.
So I thought the game was cursed. So imagine the eerie feelings and the fact that my game, like my system, totally just blacked out. I was like,
Oh,
oh
man.
shoot, this is God telling me stuff.
That's
I
the
mean,
true badge of being an Xbox 360 owner. Like if you don't have one disc that at
Right.
least gets scratched or damaged because of if you have it standing up or whatever,
Mm.
it's crazy, man. That happened to one of my Halo. I think it was Halo Reach when I had that copy. I had the circle scratch, so it was over.
You know it's over when you hear that.
Yeah, that it'd be like, all right, man, let me just turn it off, unplug it, and then do something else.
Start blowing on it like
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
You hit the button, you hit the eject button, you just see the disc all scratched up on the other. You're like, dang, man.
The circle
real?
scratch was painful to see. I'd never seen anything like that in my life. I was like, what is this? I looked it up back then. And I was like, nope, that's a hole because, that's how it reads the CD. So I was
Yep.
like, okay,
Yep.
it's over then. Never mind.
It's done.
Hey, we used to go through bottles of Windex in college with that.
Oh,
We thought
man.
that was
Right.
great. We went
I
over
used to
there
use
on
like a
work.
little bit of like the dish soap. I would get like a little bit of dish soap.
Yeah.
Mine was the rubbing
Coating
alcohol.
on it.
Oh, yeah, we all had something.
Put a little coating on it. Maybe it'll go over the scratch. Make the scratch okay. So
Yeah.
It worked. If it wasn't a super bad scratch, it will work. But
It
then
will work.
like, oh man,
That was like the NES blowing in a cartridge of his day. You know what I mean? Like,
right, right. Yup, N64, yeah.
And then it's crazy. I'll blow in the 64 too. Even though I know my dog, I'm not 64, but my Xbox. Even though I know it's the disc, and the disc is scratched up, I'll blow in there like maybe
you still gotta blow in there. Yeah.
Doing it for good vibes.
Yeah.
Like,
See, now they all got the thing where the disc slot goes, where the disc actually goes in there. But like I even remember even with the PS3, because you know how it has that like little, I don't know what that material is that covers it to keep like dust
Oh.
from going in.
Oh,
yeah.
Like I would stick like a little toothpick on there and be like,
Yeah.
get the dust out real quick.
I used to do that for the N64 because it had like the plastic flaps that would
Yeah,
cover it. That was Nintendo's solution for it. And I'd be like, I'm not gonna do it on the webcam, but like there was a time. What was it? My Diddy Kong Racing. It probably is still like that. It's been years. My Diddy Kong Racing had this weird visual glitch where like it'll have like these polygons pointing out of the characters when racing.
Oh,
it was
wow.
weird. It was weird. I haven't touched that in so long. But the game worked. It was just sometimes it would happen and it will go away.
I ain't gonna lie. To this day, I do this. I get that the spray that you spray the dust off of your keyboard or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Do that to like my system, so I'll like get in there and like
Like compressed air.
Yeah, the compressor.
Yeah.
I do
Get up-
that sometimes with the little vents on the switch. Not like directly because like those are smaller holes and I want to damage just a little bit.
Yeah.
Used to do it with the PS4 back in the day a lot because that thing
Man,
was
because that
thing was
boy
a-
be
just a
taking off
parallelogram.
like
It was a friggin' like a parallelogram console. Like it was like a little slanted square sandwich. You had to I had to use get everything before that thing becomes a jet and about to take off.
Right, that boy be taking off.
Yep, as soon as you boot some up, boot up God of War 2018. Ring. Like, dang.
We have taken flight.
We have a good play. Yeah.
All right, Vito. So, what have you been playing lately, man?
Oh, so dang, that hurt. I've been playing Forza 5
Mm-hmm.
on my
Nice,
Xbox
nice.
or whatever. I've been playing Saints Row 2. That's
Ooh, the classic.
crazy.
Ooh, okay.
It's crazy. I don't know why I just got into that, but I've been playing that as of late as well. I played a little bit of Tears of the Kingdom earlier this week.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just determined on like just keep on like stretching it out as possible. Like we 2 years in now.
Yeah,
We're
I've been
getting there,
stretching
yeah.
the thing out. I've been trying not to end like the game, so I'll go in, I'll find something, and then what's crazy is I'm still finding stuff that I have not like covered on the map, like the top of the map.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to like the depth, unlocking that. Like if you look at my map now, like the depths, like that thing is like almost totally unlocked. So I'm like, dang, I'm gonna have to, what I'm saying, finish this game off here soon. I was like, let me do some more stuff.
It
I
ain't
get
time
up
yet.
in the sky. There's some times I didn't get in the sky. Let me get up there real quick.
Oh yeah.
It'd be so funny how you be trying to stretch stuff out, but really, in reality, like you don't really have to try and stretch out the stuff out. You be like, and like tell me, Vito. I don't know if you're the same way, Vito, but let me know. But like, there be moments where you like, all right, I'm ready. I'm about to go under this mission because I did it for Breath of the Wild, especially too, especially when it came time to do the castle.
Yeah.
Like you'll get up there and you'll be like, nah, it's just something else that I need real quick. I'll be right back.
Yeah.
There's something else that I need. I know I need something else. And once I get that, then I'll come back. And then you do about 100, 150 other things. And then you finally come back and you're like, man, it's about time. I should probably go ahead. And then you get up there and you be like, but there was this thing I did. I was thinking about this thing for a minute. I ain't even checked the map out about that part, and I really want to know about. I'll be right back. Like,
Oh
Yeah.
man.
I'm like
The
that
game
when
of
it comes
distractions for real.
I get to the castle and then like I start looking at my like health and my stamina and my battery life or whatever. And I'm like, I need a little more. I need to go ahead and do some more stuff to bump that. I need some more hearts real quick. I still need to go, get some more of this battery. Let me get some more stuff to get some of the more of this juice on here. Let me do stamina this time. You know what I'm saying? Like I keep doing that with that every time I go up to the castle. And what's crazy is I'm not going up to the castle on purpose. I'm literally like maybe come up about the sky, skydiving it, and I'm like over it, and I'm like, oh snap. Yeah, I should go to the castle. Then I'm like, nah, let me go ahead and do this real quick.
Gotta be careful with the castle, man. If you get a little,
you got your little thing and you just like hovering, you like,
yeah.
that happened to me too. That actually happened to me too. Like I was like, oh wait, I guess what was I doing? Oh, I remember. I was flying through. I had like the scooter that everyone made with the fans and the handle and stuff, and it disappeared. And I was like, well, let me just paraglide. And I'm like, oh, I'm by the castle. Okay, I'm right here. And I went to the hole, and I was like, oh, this is also a chasm. Oh, and I went down there. As soon as I set foot, it was like, it said something like, oh, they can't contact you. And I was like, so I saved immediately. I was like, let me save. Because I went through, I'm not going to say, I mean, I know it's been a while, but I'm even though you're still playing View, I'm not going to really spoil it like that. But I went further in, and after a certain point, I was like, okay, let me close the game. Because I think I'm near the point of a no return type situation. Yeah, that Tears of the Kingdom is a dangerous game if you have other things you got to do. Because like,
here's the thing, I still play. I mess around and get in the castle because I'm like, I need to get the Breath of the Wild suit real quick. So let me go ahead and go under here real quick and get this real quick.
That stumped me for a minute.
Yeah. I had I don't know how many times I got grabbed and like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. Dad tried to start game over music.
I'm like, how I need to get this done? Like, I need to go ahead and throw some bombs over here. Hit this thing. Hit the little gloom hands with the bombs real quick.
Right.
Let me go back and where is it? Where is it on this side? Where's it on that side? Then I'm like, all right, look, let me regroup. let me YouTube it real quick. Let me see where this head is at. So then I find the chest, and I'm like, okay, I figured out how to like get it up or the chest up or whatever. Got that. Then it was like the shield. I want to say like the little classic shield or whatever. I was like, yeah, dude, I need me a little classic.
Oh,
little,
yeah.
I need the shield real quick. It's in the castle too. So I'm like, oh snap. So I'm teetering around, playing around with the castle, hoping I don't get caught by like, oh, what's that over there? And then next thing you know, it gets me to like the end of it. And you know what I'm saying? I'm about to finish up the game. So I'm like, no, if I feel like it's getting too close to the end, I'm like, I got a feeling if I keep going down this way,
It's gonna be done.
it's gonna be done. It's gonna, you know, get me to where I need. So let me go back out this way. And then as I'm going back out, then you get the red moon and the spirits and then you just fought.
They
Come
rise
back.
again.
Right.
You're like, beat me up. Beat me up.
So then I just go to the map and then fast travel somewhere and be like, okay.
Oh,
But yeah,
man.
yeah, I'm literally like, and you know, it's crazy. The depths can literally help you procrastinate.
Mm-hmm.
You know
Yes.
what I'm saying? Like that's a whole nother game within itself. Like,
Mm-hmm.
like it's its own like world. Like
It really does.
I don't know what they was thinking. I was like, okay, was this supposed to be the next game? And then like they was like, you know what? We're just going to combine both of these.
Slide it in there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pause.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah. No. I've been messing around with that. I'm okay. So I'm playing Dynasty Warriors Origin, right, as well, and I'm prolonging that as well. It's like it's going along the lines of like the actual like the storylines that we already know. So it's kind of like I'm trying to like stretch it out as well, or you know what I'm saying, basically kind of it's kind of hard to stretch it out to a pause. But I'm trying to take as much time, but I'm like, I know what's going to happen. I know I'm going to do this and do that, If I choose this person, this is going to go this way and this way. So basically I've been saving it and then playing it, like making a decision and choosing like the other people,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying, to be the hero, because you get to choose who's the hero and stuff like that. Cause pretty much you're you're pretty much the help. Like you're the nameless warrior.
Mhm.
And like you're helping them along the lines of the storyline that's already been laid out. You're just kind of like adding some what if factors in it. So if you choose to go with I forgot these characters' names, but if you choose to go with Chow Chow or something like that,
Mm-hmm.
like it'll be a whole different content if you go with the dude with the dog on long hair with the ponytail. I forgot his name. But you can choose to go with Li Bu, all this other stuff. Like you can be the like part of the evil empire. Like you can choose which way you're going.
Mm.
And I keep like, I'm like, let me go back and choose to go with this. Let me see how the outcome goes with that. So I mean, it's still a pretty cool game. It's definitely I'll say, as of right now, as of late, it's the better Warriors type of game or Muso type of game in a long time. So
Oh, that's good.
That's
good.
what's up. That's what's
it,
up.
it definitely revived the Muso stuff. You know what I'm saying? So
Because this one's called One, right? Or Origin?
Origins.
This the latest one that came out too, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, okay. I'm glad to hear, because I think the one that came before that one, I think some people were like, "Oh, is Dynasty Warriors dead now?" Because I don't know.
It was garbage. It was 9. It was garbage.
Yeah.
I think it has a demo to it, so I'm gonna go ahead and pick that up and check that out. Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's both a PC and a PS5 demo for it. So
Oh,
Right.
real quick, and I'm teetering. I'm going back and forth, messing around with Spark and Zero every time I watch Daima. So
Oh yeah. Actually, I'm probably gonna be binging through Daima this week. I'm off this week. I'm on vacation, so finally catch up on all the things I haven't been watching.
you know what's crazy?
Crawling it.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna ruin it, but it does leave you on a cliffhanger. Like, are you serious? Like, y'all didn't close this out at all. So
Wait,
now-
really? Oh
Now
man.
you just left it open. Like, okay,
Like you about to have
we're in
a
the middle
season
of
2?
Super, and y'all didn't close Daima. Like, what-
Interesting. Well, Well, I know Toriyama worked on this. Rest in peace, of course. But well, I haven't watched. I'm just talking off of speculation. Maybe he or whoever they left it kind of more open ended to leave other stories they want to do in between.
Yeah, that would be
Maybe.
cool. That'd be cool.
Yeah, right.
I mean, I
Right,
heard
cool.
it's like I heard this takes place before, I guess everything Super.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe that's like kind of what, at least that's what I would think, really.
But it's crazy because you introduce a new transformation.
Hmm.
Well, technically not new, but you know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
Yeah, I've seen it. Social media is just like,
Reintroduced.
yo,
Yeah.
this cool thing had happened, and I was like,
Yeah.
oh, about time. That's pretty much my reaction.
yeah. So you canonize a transformation that you said wasn't canon, and now we have it as canon. And now it's
Yeah.
like, okay, are we going to see this form in the new arcs, like the Black Frieza arc, if that comes back or whatever,
Mhm.
or something like? I'm trying to figure out what's their motives, because evidently they're leaving the magic realm, the magic world part of it, and the God Key stuff open, because I think
Mhm.
find it to make some type of real Wukong situation. That's what I'm figuring. You know, like when he becomes like, when Wukong actually, like in the stories, become like a Buddha.
Mhm.
I think that's what they're trying to get Goku to actually become. You know what I'm saying? Like a Buddha type, where it's like almost all the powers are like, you know what I'm saying, in him, and he knows how to like control them and this and the third. Like, think of him having God Key and then being able to go into the Ultra Instinct and then be able to sit up here and perform like that stuff on top of maybe like the like me and you were talking, Sandstorm, the Super Saiyan 4 transformation.
Yeah.
Because like basically God Key is nothing but it's like a multiplier. It's a different thing. It's like being in Kaioken the whole time. Or
Mhm.
whatever.
Okay.
Pretty much. You know what I'm saying? So that's what they kind of showing you. Also on top of that, I don't know what there's a line. Then y'all see what it confused the mess out of me. But evidently Goku trained after Boo and said that he knew there was
He
a
knew.
new transformation.
Yeah, I heard that.
And I was like,
Interesting.
how did you know that when you had to get it unlocked? And it was like a mutation, a DNA mutation. So I'm
Like
trying to figure that out.
like he knew there was another form after that, but he never figured out how to necessarily
Unlock it.
unlock it. Yeah.
Yeah. And so that's why I'm like, that kind of is confusing, because then magic was introduced into it. So
So maybe it really was, because I think you kind of said this to me before, but maybe it really was kind of like the situation with what was his name on Namek? Guru, yeah.
Yeah.
Where it was just like, oh, you just needed, this is that potential unlock that you needed. Here it is. Boom. You know what I mean?
yeah. That's what I think. That's what I'm thinking it is. But it's gonna be interesting to be like, okay, him and Vegeta have not used Super Saiyan 4 at all yet in Super, and that's after this. So it's like, where is it gonna come in at? Like it's weird. It's weird. We'll figure it out. I think, honestly, I really believe that they will end up literally redoing a GT.
I don't mind that.
I wouldn't mind it either, really.
Because like you canonize it, and I mean you canonize Super Saiyan 4 transformation, introducing GT. So I think personally I wouldn't mind them doing that, especially since they had him redo like Broly and all this other stuff. I wouldn't mind. I would not be surprised if they redo a GT. You know,
And Pan already exists, and
and so the
Trunk
Oob exists as well.
Yeah. So that's not like it can't happen.
Matter of fact, Oob is in one of the arcs.
Wait, really?
Yeah, he's in.
I want to say
And Daima?
No.
Oh, in Super.
An original GT.
Yeah.
No, in Super. He's
In Super, they show him. Yeah.
Oh,
in
that's
the
right.
arc.
They did. That's right.
Because like
It's been a long time.
Fat Boo, he transforms back into that supreme ultimate Kai or Lord of the Gods or whatever his name is. And he needs more power or something like that, more magic power. And I guess his God power was in Kid Buu. So when Oob was reincarnated or whatever, he had that God power in him. So he had to go like find Oob and like use him. I think Oob was like 3 or something, or it looked like he was 3, and he had to like combine with him to get that power out. Not combine, you know, he had to touch him to unlock the power and stuff. And they did what they needed to do. But anyway,
Because
yeah,
I know
Oob-
there's a piece.
Oob was
There's,
in
a,
Super.
there's a
Huh?
piece too where Goku like flies over to his village or something like that, and
Yeah.
he's like, yeah, I know that's the kid who's like reincarnated or something like that. But
Yeah.
he's like, he's still too young or something like that. Like,
Yeah.
Mm.
He ain't finna go train him yet because he's too
yeah,
young.
yeah.
So yeah,
So-
he's definitely canon. Like he's definitely in Super.
Yeah, so he's there. All right, so real quickly as we shift over, and let me shift this background because I actually don't like this background. So talking about Pokemon, Geronimo, I know you've seen it. Vito, did you see the Pokemon trail or presents?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
I didn't watch it live because I value my sleep sometimes. But I did watch it. I watched the gameplay trailers
Mm-hmm.
when I got up that morning, and then I watched the thing beginning to end later.
Okay.
So yes, I have watched it. Yeah.
So I'm gonna throw on here just the extension of ZA because that's basically the most important piece
Yes.
of
Hey,
information. that we
Champions
got.
was hard too.
Champions was dope.
That has
Actually, as a matter
potential.
of fact,
That's potential.
if y'all want to, let's have a quick conversation about Champions. To be honest with you,
Okay.
So seeing that Champions trailer, it so they were showing off the different generations, you know, leading up to, and then they were like, oh, you know, also with the phone and stuff like that too. And they were showing off Pokemon Stadium and everything, and it was like, okay, this is Pokemon Stadium, plus you can use it on your phone too as well.
Mhm.
But what blew my mind is that this is like this is like as real as Pokemon is gonna get for us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because how I see it is like you can train your Pokemon in the games, in different games, do different stuff and all that other stuff. And then when it's come to time to like really battle people, you don't have to have that game to, you know, whether it's Scarlet or Violet or anything like that. You're not locked on online battles behind that game, but you can take your Pokemon over to Champion and duke it out with somebody like right then and there, whether they're on their cell phone or you know, console. That's huge, Doc. That's huge.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, sorry, I was typing
What?
something.
You're good.
But yeah, Pokemon Champions. So that's actually something I've kind of wanted from the Pokemon Company for a very long time, just in general,
Mhm.
because especially after like Legends Arceus, where they started getting a bit more, you know, in depth with how the animation and the combat looks. Like we saw, that was the first time you see a Pokemon doing a hyper beam in front of your character to
Right,
another
right.
Pokemon, and it goes like off screen. Like
Right.
the first time Snorlax did that, I was like, yo, that's crazy. But yeah, I think this is really this has a lot of potential because yeah, I remember back on the Wii they had Pokemon Battle Revolution,
Mm-hmm.
which I guess back then I didn't get I didn't really understand it because I wasn't really into the battling hardcore like that. There was a brief time where I was into competitive Pokemon in the about early 2010s, I would say. But yeah, I think it's good that they're kind of putting in the work for a type of a battle sim like this. I did like at the very end of the trailer they showed that it would be, I guess one format would be you can use the Mega Evolution like from Pokemon X and Y on 3DS, and they're
Yeah.
bringing it back
Yeah.
with Legends ZA, and then you have the new one, the
Crystal
the
or terrorizing or whatever.
Terra Terra something.
Terrestrialization.
Terrestrialization. That is a lot of syllables, but yeah, that one. Which I've always liked the concept of that one, but I haven't played Scarlet and Violet like that yet
Hmm.
for some of the obvious reasons. But it always looked really dope as far as get like a new type and a new. It kind of switches it up turn per turn. So
Yeah,
having them both go at it at the same time during a battle, that looks wild to me. That
yeah.
looks crazy.
I
Um,
think I think too. I'm kind of feeling that probably going gigantic or what was it?
oh,
What was-
Gigantamax.
Yeah, gigantic. I don't think that's going to be a thing. I don't think
No,
you're going to
no.
be able to do that. And whatever Sun and Moon brought, I don't think you're going to be able to do that either. Z
They,
moves.
they need to keep those.
Yeah.
Z moves
Yeah,
very unbalanced.
because
Well, some are cool, but mostly all it really became was I'm gonna just make my same move stronger,
yeah,
and then that's that. That's really all Z moves became, which was pretty lame in my opinion. But
yeah. I think
yeah,
as far as like two of the similar next levels, if you would, terrestrialization and uh,
Mega-
Mega Evolutions were kind of like along the same lines because like once your Pokemon Mega Evolves or terrestrializes, they
Mhm.
stay in that form until you switch them out.
e-
You get switched out, then
yeah.
yeah, right?
No, I was trying to
No,
think.
Mega Evolution.
I don't know about terrestrialization, but for megas, you can only have one Pokemon Mega Evolve
Same with
on your
terrestrialization.
team. Okay, so
Yeah.
it's similar to that. I
Yeah.
think you can switch them out and they stay in that form. It's just they can't hold any other items, so you
Okay.
can't give them some to give them like passive healing.
So you can hold other items with terrestrialization, but with terrestrialization, unlike mega evolution moves, when you mega evolve, all the moves become stronger.
Right.
And then your stab move becomes even stronger than that. With
Yeah.
terrestrialization, only your typing changes to whatever you terrestrialize to.
Right. Right.
Okay.
And
Okay.
those moves are the strong moves.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's really good for like countering certain other Pokemon on the team
Yeah.
or on the opponent's team.
Mhm.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, it's a lot of potential, honestly. I mean, I do have. I don't really. I have my Pokemon home, but I haven't really been like using it like that. But I do have
Mhm.
some Pokemon in there that I could maybe make a
Oh,
little
yeah.
team out of.
Oh yeah, you
I
keep
could.
your champion team in the home. You be like,
I'll
for
jump in
whatever
there.
I need to bring you back out.
Hey, I'll jump in there as long as it supports it. I'll be like, okay, bet. I have a handful in there. You know, I have a handful in there. But yeah, I did like that announcement. That's a cool lot of potential. They didn't give a release date or anything, right?
No,
No.
I can
Okay,
imagine that it will probably be free. I
that'll
would.
be pretty wild.
Did it say this year though, right?
Yeah, I think so.
The impression I got, well, no, they said now in development.
Oh,
Honestly,
okay.
Oh,
So
I
that
would
may
not
be
be
for a little while.
I wouldn't be surprised if they just randomly drop it. Well, not randomly. What's that event called? They have like a worldwide event called Pokemon Worlds, which is usually where they do a lot of the
Oh,
competitive stuff, like
yeah.
the Pokemon Company or ran
Mhm.
stuff, like the card game and all that in the games too. So they sometimes announce certain competitive focus things at that
Mhm.
event. So I wouldn't be surprised if they either say, "Oh, it's out now, guys, go download it and beat up our servers," or they give like a release date then.
Um,
And that might be like later in the summer, early fall, or something.
I'm kind of curious too what the rules are gonna look like because I know there's a
Yeah.
lot of Pokemon who got like banned outright or have certain rules that they can't have certain moves on them to be able to like be competitive at all.
True.
Like Electros can't have a certain move because it's just like it's just way too powerful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting. I imagine that I imagine this is like the equivalent of like Master Duel, if you would, just without all the
Mhm.
gems and like the extra stuff. They're just like, oh, you got all your Pokemon. Let's just throw you in there and you just
Hop on in.
yeah, just play. Just play.
Yeah.
That will make it really interesting. See, now we can actually have for real, Pokemon Masters. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
Yep.
That'll be clean. Yeah. I'll keep my eye on it for sure.
Yeah. I might throw a team in there and and see what we can do.
Oh yeah, one time for the one time.
Right, you know. So yeah, so that's Pokemon Champions. Expect that game, I guess, whenever. I don't even know.
From
Yeah.
now till sometime next year. I don't
Yeah.
know.
What's up, Vito?
So on Super, what was it? Let me see. I think it was Pokemon Sleep, right? Which
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
I'm still trying to understand that app because I have it downloaded. I just haven't I opened it one time and I was like, okay.
Mhm.
So
I thought it was a sleep tracker.
yeah, it
Yeah.
is. It's a sleep tracker, but
Okay.
whatever they just advertised, the other day,
Mhm.
what is that?
Oh, yeah.
Because that looked interesting, but it looked like almost like a battle. I'm like, how you gonna battle something in your sleep?
Yeah. I know they want you to be engaged even when you're asleep.
Yeah,
Right.
that
That's
looked
crazy.
crazy, but I was like, what is that? Like, it's like a special event, and they had like these I don't even know this Pokemon, to be honest.
There's
Hold
a
on.
lot of
I'm
Pokemon
looking it
now.
up. Trying to see if I can see any latest 2 days ago. Pokemon. Oh, it's just the whole Pokemon. Oh, no, that was 2 years ago. 2 days ago. Oh, with Lunala and what? Darkrai.
Yeah,
Darkrai.
Oh yeah.
Um,
like what is that? Like that's weird.
hold on. Just so everybody can be on the same page.
Oh, you got some? Okay, cool.
Yeah, we can throw it up here.
All right, cool.
Hold on. Okay.
You good?
Yeah, I'm good. Gotcha.
Okay. Yeah, that's real interesting.
Like how I'm gonna sleep on this versus like what we
So-
doing?
So I wonder if it almost looks like so if I had to think about it, Darkrai is like obviously the dark Pokemon.
Yeah.
And then
That was crazy.
Drinking.
Lunala? Yeah, Lunala is like the no, that's not Lunala. It's
Oh, that was Cresselia.
Cresselia. Thank you.
There is a Lunala. That's the bat one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think.
Cresselia is
Yes.
in there. And so maybe the more you sleep, the more Cresselia like beats out Lunala or Darkrai. Yeah, Samo. What is her name? Minoon? My the little fat Pokemon that was used in Dream Eater.
We
It
just
starts
saw
with an M. But anyway, so basically, what's up, Amanda? Appreciate you coming through. So maybe it's the more you sleep, the more the power shifts one way. You know what I'm saying? Versus the other one. So
make sleeping fun.
yeah,
Gamify it. Yeah.
beat it. Go to sleep. Beat it.
I stay up late. That would help me maybe.
I think
I gotta be Darkrai before I get up in the morning. for work.
Right.
so like how is it tracking? like I when I opened it up, right, and I was
Mhm.
messing around with it when it first came out, whatever. It had this little thing where it's like recording you and all this other stuff, blah blah blah. Only thing I'm scared of is like hearing a voice or something like that, or me talking, or something. And I'm like, what in the world was I talking to? So I don't really. So that's one reason why I don't really mess with the app. But like when it records your sleep patterns, I guess you got to put it on either like on your bed or on the side of your bed. Like how is it really tracking if you're really asleep or not? You know what I'm saying? Unless like I can see if it's like it like connects to your Apple Watch or something.
Camera too. I
Yeah.
looked at my arm like I had my watch on me, but like probably your camera too.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
crazy. That's crazy. Then
There's not a lot of tracking.
Then I
works,
mess
so-
around and see something. That's crazy. That's
Yeah.
crazy. They end up throwing a Pokemon on there, but I'm thinking it's a real demon. I'm the side of me. Nah,
Yeah, that's kind of it. I don't want to have the little Pokemon noises, waking me up. I don't like that. Yeah. Yeah, I'll wake up hearing noises too. Be like, what's going on?
Right.
I'm gonna have to boot it up tonight and really try to get into it, and I'll give y'all a little update.
Okay.
Okay, cool. That'll be good.
So we have this extension. The first look of ZA, Pokemon ZA. If you didn't know who AZ was, you need to go back and watch Pokemon so you can figure out who Z or AZ is, because he's actually in the thing. And this is older version of him, by the way. That's the very tall guy. But with that being said, this is the first look at a new style of Pokemon ish.
Pokemon Legends ZA is a new title in the Pokemon series. The story takes place in Lumiose City, the largest city in the Kalos region. Prism Tower stands tall at the center of this city of beautiful vistas. These days, Lumiose is undergoing a high-tech urban redevelopment plan to turn it into a city that people and Pokemon truly share. After you arrive in Lumiose City to see the sights, you'll meet 3 Pokemon, one of which will become your first partner: Chikorita, Tepig, and Totodile. You'll choose one of these Pokemon to accompany you on a new journey as you get to know Lumiose City and its inhabitants. Here are some of the colorful characters you'll encounter. When you arrive in Lumiose, you'll meet a new friend and ally, either Urbane or Tawny. The hotel where you'll be staying is run by AZ. You'll also meet his partner, Floette. Lumiose's redevelopment is being managed by Quasartico Inc. You'll become acquainted with the company's CEO Jet and her secretary Vinny. The different people you meet will make your time in Lumiose all the richer. To help people and Pokemon coexist, the city has set up wild zones. These areas, located throughout Lumiose, give wild Pokemon habitats where they can thrive. To catch one of these wild Pokemon, aim carefully, then throw a Pokeball. If you're having a hard time catching one, have one of your Pokemon use its moves to weaken the target, making it easier to catch. This game offers a style of Pokemon battling not seen in previous titles. Moves can have a longer or shorter reach, or different areas of effect. So choose your timing and positioning carefully to gain the upper hand. Lead your partner Pokemon through battles and dodge incoming attacks. Swap Pokemon if you need to and find the right moment to unleash a move. What's more, certain Pokemon can go beyond evolution by undergoing Mega Evolution. When a trainer's Keystone resonates with the Mega Stone held by their Pokemon, the Pokemon will do more than just change shape. It'll unlock a new level of power, turning the tide of battle in its favor.
Dang.
As Lumiose continues its transformation into a city that belongs to both people and Pokemon, who knows what kinds of encounters and experiences will await you. Pokemon Legends ZA, coming late 2025.
That's crazy. Don't ever pop up in my face like that.
My phone floats in front of me like, wake up. It's like,
Bro, I don't care who you are. Don't pop up in my face like that.
right.
I'm sure.
My phone or not. You're not gonna do me like that.
The reflex punch. What I'm saying.
Right. So we got this game. We got this game coming out late 2025. How do you guys feel about what you've seen so far?
You can go ahead, Vito, if you want to go first.
Oh, so definitely excited for it. Definitely for that. I think I have some questions as far as just being in that city, like how big is the city? Coming
Mhm.
up a game like Scarlet and Violet, because that was massive. Or you had a lot to go. Like you was traveling.
Mhm.
You
Yeah.
had a lot of places to go. Um, Same thing with Arceus. You know what I'm saying? You had a lot. Like you feel like an adventure. So
Yeah.
being in a city, doing that, like doing your training stuff or whatever like that, and catching Pokemon, it almost felt like it was limited. But
Mhm.
the good thing about it is the battling is definitely pretty cool. I think what will get on my nerves if I sit up here and have an attack and I go for it and somebody dodges, like moves out the way.
Yeah, now you gotta change up your moveset now.
Yeah, now I
Right.
got to sit up here and strategize a little better, which is good for the game. Like, honestly, I always thought about that too. Playing these games, I'm like, why can't it just move? Just move. Move
Mhm.
out the way. Just
Mhm.
don't stand there. Move. You know what I'm saying? So like,
Yeah.
no, that's definitely like pretty cool that they added that because like you see it on the anime all the time. They'll move out the way,
Right.
but like. In the game, they're just standing there. You're like, dude, move.
Right. You keep taking hits.
so, that's pretty cool. Like now it's starting to make sense. Now Pokemon makes sense to the average person that doesn't play it. So,
Mhm.
but definitely though, it does look cool. It does look interesting. I do like the fact that we have the Mega Evolutions in there. That's definitely something that I wanted to kind of mess around with, like in the Arceus form or in the new Scarlet and Violet form. Like I wanted to mess around with those evolutions and stuff like that in those games. So it's great that we can do it in this game. You know,
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So I have a Charizard and a Mega Evolution stage that I want to use that I've been using on Pokemon Go.
Mhm.
I can transfer him over to home and see if I can get him onto that game, which I'm sure he can. I'm sure they'll have it. Right.
Charizard's the
You probably
funnest because
can,
you either get Charizard X or Charizard Y.
Yeah, I think I chose X.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
Black
when it comes to
Charizard.
Dragon
Yeah,
type.
that sounds about
That's
right.
one they love to throw in all the promo stuff. I like
Yeah.
that. I think that's more popular than the two.
Yeah, then Y.
Yeah.
It's funny
Why's
'cause
good though.
I think I
Why
chose
is actually pretty
Charizard Y.
strong.
Yeah,
They're both really good. They're just different uses. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I chose Y because everybody chose X. I think that's why I did that.
I chose X. Yeah. I chose X because I liked how that legendary looked, Xerneas, and it was like
Yeah.
the new fairy type, so it was all that new.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was like, yeah, I'm trying to get on that.
Yeah.
Uh,
But yeah, definitely though. It is something that I am looking forward to. It said it's coming out late, probably the same time like Arceus came out and Scarlet and Violet. But they came out around like November or so.
Yeah. I think it's the holiday game.
Arceus came out in January, but Violet and Scarlet and Violet came out in November. So
Yeah. So I mean, that's still like right up the alley of what they normally kind of do.
yeah,
Just around that winter, the winter season, winter
Yep.
months
Yep.
or something like that. So, yeah, definitely. I don't know. I just got questions on how big this is, Paul. You know what I'm saying? So,
who do you think you want your starting Pokemon to be? So the starting three is Chikorita, the grass type, Tepig, the fire type, and Totodile, the water type.
you already know I'm gonna say Totodile.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm in that boat too.
Yep.
That man had a full on 6-pack when he
Right.
evolved into Feraligatr. You don't
Yep.
want to mess with that boy.
Alligator, too cool. He's my
Yeah,
favorite starter from JoJo for sure.
yeah.
Yep.
All right, Geronimo, what about you? How you feel about the game?
So yeah, we finally got the gameplay for it. Visually is about what I expected.
Mhm.
I will leave it at that. It is what it is at this point, right?
Mhm.
But yeah, Yeah, I was wondering a lot about, pretty much like like what you said, Vito, like the city and how they're gonna convert. In Legends Arceus, we was going from a hub to these big old areas and finding all the Pokemon just straight up in the wild.
Mhm.
And then this game is like super urban, kind of enclosed, compact, type city type area. So we got a good look at that, and I do like how they're kind of bringing the wild areas back in some fashion
Yeah.
that makes it I think a bit more. Instead of just having one big old area, you just say, "Oh, this is the wild area." Like in Sword and Shield, it's kind of more
Yeah.
Yeah.
part of the city, like just sectioned off places, but it's still part of the whole city. So I do like how it seems to be kind of integrated into that kind of like smoothly. Um, I'm really interested in seeing more of the combat now because I that took me by surprise.
That's gonna change everything.
Yeah, because I did like what they did with Legends Arceus with the speed style and the power style, and
Mhm.
sometimes you
Yeah.
be fighting for your life against like 5v1s, which I was like, yes, yes, I want to be sweating out here fighting, battling out here. But it kind of seems, yeah, they're going for the like leaning more into the action oriented way of doing it and having your 4 moves on like button cooldowns. So to
Mhm.
me, it kind of reminds me of Xenoblade Chronicles a little bit,
Mm.
a little bit like Xenoblade Chronicles. Maybe like you move to left and right, and the positioning might do more damage or something like that too. So I honestly, next time we see this full game, I want to see like a full uninterrupted like battle of like how it goes, like initiating it, moving back and forth. It looks like you can swap your Pokemon during the battle,
Mhm.
and I guess is a way to kind of dodge or kind of get out the way of attacks. I'm
Yeah.
really curious how it's gonna be balanced, and if the Pokemon gonna be moving around a lot too.
Yeah. I
Very
mean,
curious. Yeah,
Yeah.
so it's gonna be a single player game. I'm telling you that now. Just like
Oh.
Lord Legends is going all the way be a single player game.
for sure.
But with that being said, so I can't straight up answer your question, Vito, or yours, Geronimo, about how
Mhm.
big the city is. But I can tell you that if memory serves me correct, X and Y was based off of France, and
Mhm.
Lumiose is Paris. So,
Yes.
with that being said, this X and Y came off of the DS, right? It was
Mhm.
still on the DS, not the 3DS at the time. No, was it on the 3DS? Is that
Uh,
the first 3DS one?
Yes, X and Y was actually X and Y was the first of a few things. It was the first 3DS Pokemons. The first they kind of stepped away from pixels and went kind of 3D.
Oh yeah, no
And
more
those were-
top down.
Yeah, and it was the first worldwide release in Pokemon.
Yes.
Mm.
Because before that, like Japan would get it like a whole month, close to a year before everyone else did, basically. So
So
Yeah.
since it was on the 3DS and there were that hardware was limited,
mhm.
Lumiose wasn't particularly big, but you could tell that it was a bigger city. I would imagine that now that it's on the Switch,
Mhm.
maybe they expand it out and make it seem like it's the size of New York. As far as how big it is, and maybe that's why they said this is like in the future. I'm just guessing, but why they said this is in the future and they're working on future projects, and so they're adding this and this. So then if you did play those games, you're like, oh dang, like they made this kind of big. Like this ain't the same. This ain't from like X and Y or whatever.
Mhm.
It could also be that we get underground stuff, since I feel like Nintendo ain't done with the whole underground aspects. Like you get tunnels underneath.
That's actually one of the things I'm expecting them to do. Well, especially since we saw them on like a rooftop, so we're gonna be on buildings battling for real, for real. I
Yeah,
think we're gonna go into like I guess like a sewer, I think
Sewers and
like a
stuff?
sewer
Yeah.
system. Yeah, kind
Yeah.
of make it kind of Yakuza or like a Dragon-esque, or it's like
Mhm.
a compact city. You can go inside different places. To kinda
yeah, that'd
make
be
it
hot.
seem bigger. Quote unquote.
Especially if there's like they haven't really like done this heavy as of lately. Like, yeah, we've kind of gotten our little antagonist team group type people, and we kind of had them in Arceus a little bit, I guess. But like, if there was like a Team Rocket-esque team, but they would be like down in the tunnels, you know what I mean? So
Right.
that would be dope. But as far as like the combat and stuff, I have this strong feeling, boy. I have this strong feeling that both extreme speed and quick attack is gonna be the way.
Yep.
unless you got a rock type, them two moves is gonna be the way. The truth and the light.
I'm very, or they might do like Legends Arceus, where they just changed up how many moves were available in that game, or like
Yeah.
they just removed certain moves. Like, nope, that's not in here.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, but
Cause,
yeah, that you bring up a great point because
cause
the
some of
fast
those,
stuff might go crazy.
yeah, cause some of those moves, like,
Don't put double team in the game, like
you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
this man just made you confused, all sorts of confused. Now they got
Like it's
shadow
like the anime.
clones.
They do like
Yeah.
the circle
Yeah.
around the, and they be like,
Ha, 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 ha,
yup.
Like,
Pika,
attack him!
Pika,
Attack
Pika.
him! That's
Man,
the wrong one. Ha, ha, ha,
Yup.
ha.
that's like half the episode right there, figuring out which one is the real one. Yeah.
But I think we're in conjunction with that. I think the ones that are like 2-turn based moves, man, unless you can
Yeah.
guarantee, like, so like for instance, if it's like Solar Beam where you have to charge for one city, like that's horrible because somebody's putting in work on you. Like you really can't move, you got to charge up. But I'm also kind of thinking that if that's the case, then those moves should be moves where they do maybe like a sweeping factor. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
it shoots a solar beam and the Pokemon will actually like sweep that area, or if it's a flying Pokemon, they can sweep that area that they're flying in. So it's like more likely to pop them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hyper Beam, I feel like that should just go. That should not even be a
Yeah. I mean, I think one of the last things they showed, and I actually didn't notice until rewatching it here.
Mhm.
When they were talking about the mega Pokemon, they had Mega Kangaskhan, and they
Yes.
were like in between two buildings. That thing did earthquake in between the two buildings, and I thought it was so funny. Like
You stuck.
I almost blurred out. Was just like, bro, that's actually crazy. But but it's just Pokemon logic. It's not that serious. But
Right.
I do wonder how they're gonna handle the 2-turn charging moves. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Because I mean, I don't listen. I think it would be funny, and I also kind of would make me mad if it was me. But if you use a move and they dodge out of the way, and Goku turn them into Power Sense, get Hyper Beam to the face. You know what I mean?
Right.
Hyper Beam. Oh! Golly. I quit.
Oh,
Either
man.
my boy took a hyper beam to the face. Pause. Like it's done. It's done. We retire. We're done. Dang, this game is savage.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, I do, and Vito, I think you. Well, first of all, I think like a couple episodes ago, you, I, and Jack talked about it, and we've talked about it like a million times, right? Where it would be cool if we could get to the point where we were actually controlling a Pokemon, not in Pokken type sense, but like how the TV show actually, you like makes the Pokemon move, and and the attacks and stuff like that. You using the elements and stuff to be able to actually fight. And I feel like this is kind of taking that and moving it towards that direction, right? Like,
Yep.
so I know it's going to stick to Legends, and maybe it always does. I don't have a problem with that, but I think that would be dope.
Yeah.
I think that would be dope if they keep moving
Well,
towards that point.
I mean, like you've seen Scarlet and Violet kind of take that step over. You know what I'm saying? What Legends was doing.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
I really think they're just trying to test the waters with Legends. Like, yeah, it don't matter anyway. We're gonna try to just try it over here
Mhm.
and see how that does, and then we'll take the best of or what we can or certain parts
Yeah.
and put it into our regular titles. and
Yeah.
stuff like that. So I mean, I can see that maybe this mechanic could if we all like agree and they see like the reviews of it and they're saying like, yo, this fighting mechanic, we want this on everything. I feel like they'll make a version of it, definitely.
Yeah. With that being said, and I have to talk about this, because it can't be the Sandstorm show without talking about it. There's quite a lot of people who are mad about the graphics that they're getting out of this game, and
I mean, I guess after Scarlet and Violet, and I really feel weird about that. I'm not gonna go into a hate tire, I promise. I'm not even gonna go that far. Like, I'm more so like, they should work on the presentation of the games, but I understand how their cycle works and how they coincide the games with all the merch, the anime, the show. You know, they do new shows now, like on Netflix and whatnot. So they're kind of
Stretched.
Exactly. They're kind of stretched theme of what they can do. So I feel like eventually they're gonna get to a place where their 3D games, the mainline games, are gonna be more aesthetically pleasing.
yeah,
Hopefully, it's as early as, well, maybe not. We'll see. We'll see how they handle the Switch 2 stuff, but
yeah.
nothing
Switch-
hardware related, of course. We all know this.
Yeah,
It's just like, I would like, honestly, at this point, I just want it to be like a solid frame rate. Like all
Yeah.
the Scarlet Violet stuff when it first came out, I was just like, man, I
Yeah.
kind of was like, that's kind of egregious to me personally. But all the other gameplay things they did, the open world and the combat and the new Pokemon and mechanics, I was like, dang, this all sounds like amazing, really, as a Pokemon fan. But presentation, it makes it hard for me to pull the trigger on it. But at least with this one, and I can tell that's why they've been radio silent since last year, and they first announced it. I can tell that it seems to be running fine. I think it's just straight up Switch 1. It's not Switch 2 anything, of course. But yeah, I think this game will work out a bit better on that whole narrative of stuff, because I know this Game Freak's strengths are in more of these urban-esque type areas.
yeah,
I think they need to work on more of their, not so much as how the environments are designed, but like how they kind of look,
yeah.
how you go about traveling through them, you know, like kind of getting into the environment. Yeah, I think that's, yeah. So I know they're gonna be mad. They're always gonna be mad.
Yeah.
It is what it is. Like, just at the end of the day, you know, if you're not satisfied with it, just don't get it, man. Just don't get it.
Yeah. So like my thing is like, I understand. Like, I get it. You want Pokemon to look better. You want the presentation of it to look better. I'm totally there with you. Can it look better? Yes. But there's nothing you can do about it. Like, that's the unfortunate answer. Like, there's nothing you can do about it. You can be mad and you can cry and like hate the fact that not Nintendo. Remember that, not Nintendo.
Yeah, right.
But the Pokemon company, specifically Game Freak, designed the game the way that it is. But you can't do anything about it. Like, I understand your frustration. I understand it. But like Geronimo said, you have to keep in mind how much stuff that they have to do within that given time. You know what I'm saying? You're not talking about Zelda that only has Zelda. Like, it's not Zelda plus this, plus this, plus this, plus this. And in the Zelda world, it consists of copy and paste aspects. Not saying that the Zelda is completely copy and paste, but think about Tears of the Kingdom. You have birds, you have horses, you have bears, deer, goat, cattle, pigs, rabbits. 8 things that you can copy and paste throughout the land of Zelda. In Pokemon, you have thousands of Pokemon that you have to place, and every now and then, one of them have to be shiny. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right. Yep.
So it's like like, I get you. I completely get. Can they do better even with all that? Yes, they absolutely can. But with that being said, I can't get mad at them for what they have to push out and the amount of time that they have to push out. Do they have years? Do they get 5 years? like Zelda and Mario. No, they don't. They don't get time like that.
Mm-hmm.
They gotta bump these out every 2 or 3 years or so,
Yep.
and come up with what they come up with. So am I mad that they reuse assets? Not really. But yeah, I see so many people like, oh, we deserve better as Pokemon. You do deserve better. Are you gonna get better because of all the things that they have to do and push through in order for you to get a Pokemon game? No. I mean, to be honest with you, if I wanted to be 150,000%, if they gave you another top-down game, I would expect it to be like all of the islands together, and they just be like, here you go. You want better? That's better for you. That's what you're getting. You're getting Kanto, Johto, Hoenn, all of the islands. You're getting every single one of them. You want to start off in the island? You can start off here, but guess what? It's all going to be top down. You're going to be moving squares again, because that's all the time we have, folks. Thank you. Because I don't see it. I don't see it in the 3Ds all that. And I know that people are like, well, you can just ask another development team. Go ask Monolith. You know, they're right there at your next door. But I think Game Freak is very much about doing things themselves and learning themselves.
They're kind of in this unique bubble.
Yeah, I don't ever see them really going and outsourcing for help in that kind of aspect, or that heavy, I should say, and going to ask Nintendo, hey, we need some extra people on board. Can you help us out? Like, I think they just do it themselves. And you have to remember, Game Freak and Pokemon Company don't belong to Nintendo anyway. So it's just like, it's like, we do it.
You know, it's crazy. They can just pack up and go to anywhere they want to.
Realistically,
They really could. They'd have
Like,
to fight Nintendo a little bit because they're like a third owner of the IP. But
yeah, like they own stakes
like a third of it. Yeah,
in Pokemon and Game Freak, but they don't own the majority stake, so they don't actually own them. And Game Freak, is it Game Freak or the Pokemon company? I think it was Game Freak. Didn't they made a game for the PlayStation 4?
Yeah, they've made a couple of games. What was that one game?
Village one?
It came out like in the first few years of the Switch.
Yeah.
What was it called? Oh, I'm blanking hard. Little Town Hero.
Little Town Hero, yeah.
That's right. And that game actually visually looked nice to me, from what I remember.
Yeah.
That was like a level 5 game.
Yeah, but it makes me wonder how long they actually had to work on that game too, though.
Yeah, I heard the actual gameplay of it was a little I don't know. It's been so long. All I remember of that game is that it came and people were like, "Oh, this is kind of average," and then it went. And
yeah, it was
4 years later. Yeah.
We'll go back to playing Pokemon.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So yeah, that's all I got to say about them and the whole situation of graphics and stuff like that. Yes, it sucks. I hear y'all. It sucks. It sucks that it has to look that way. I don't know about GameCube graphics. That's a little stretching it, man.
Anytime people say that, like unironically, I can't. I just think they got Twitter brain. They just like, PS2, and I'm like, why?
Yeah, y'all must have now remember what them graphics look like.
Like that was when 3D games got like actually competently good.
Right.
Like as far as like the camera not being the final boss every time you play the game. Like there's some games I'm like, yeah, I love these games, but that camera, even the Mario 64.
Yeah,
that camera, man.
That trying to get right behind him, and
yeah,
still put you back in the same spot.
Yep. Yeah, so like,
this finally take you all the way around. You be like, no.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so they just prioritize different things for these games. Like these games in the main traditional games, like the Pokemon models, they look great.
Yeah,
they look great. Character models looking good. Yeah,
I'm so confused. If you were like expecting scales on Totodile, like what are you expecting at this point? Like,
yeah, because that's funny because they kind of did that in Scarlet Violet.
Yeah, with
they had more
some of the dragon Pokemon. Yeah,
yeah, and I think some of the was it Arbok or Survivor? One of the snake like.
Mhm.
It was in one
Mhm.
early on, I remember, because I was like, oh, because when I saw it, I was like, oh, look how detailed the Pokemon look now. Because before that, we had Legends Arceus,
Yep.
and that went for a certain art style, which is not Legends ZA. ZA
Yeah.
is more so like Scarlet Violet. But yeah, that was the first thing that stood out to me. I was like, oh, look at you can see the little fur on some of these Pokemon. You can see the scales. They put in that
Mhm.
effort. So they definitely and actually one other thing I'll add to this gameplay reveal compared to Legends Arceus. When they first showed Legends Arceus, I'm sure you guys remember this too, and then those in the
Yeah.
chat, we saw them Pokemon running at like spooky frame rates, and I'm not talking about like far away. I'm talking about like right,
Yeah.
right here. And I was like, now why they let them show this to everyone on this live stream?
Real.
That trailer alone, that very first Legends Arceus, that had me super skeptical on that game. I was like, I don't know. I don't know. Until the game actually came out. And I was like, okay, cool. And I got a week after. But yeah, so this time, to me at least, it looked pretty solid. I could tell that they were like, okay, we have to show this game in the best way possible, like as far as like smoothness. So
Yeah.
they did a good job of saying last year, saying, hey, we're doing this. They pieced out for a clean year, and we
Yeah.
see now we're here.
Yeah.
We saw the gameplay. We see the changes from Legends Arceus, so on and so forth. So I think it was a good first showing.
Yeah. It wasn't bad. And even to your point, Geronimo,
hmm
that when we saw that first Arceus, like it was trash. But like the second
Yeah.
time they showed off the trailer for it, they're like, oh, okay.
It was much
they
better.
actually,
It was
yeah,
much
they put in
better,
some
yeah.
work. So I imagine this is gonna get shown off again multiple times.
hmm
I
Might be in
expect
that.
the
Might
same
be
thing.
in that Switch 2 Direct. Maybe.
Yep.
Maybe.
Yep.
Yeah.
Listen, that's the whole
Maybe.
reason why I think they put late 2025 because they're like,
Mhm.
listen, if we give y'all a date of actually like when this comes out,
People
Right.
are
like,
speculating hard.
Speculation.
yeah,
Let's pinpoint. Let's find patterns. What was
Yeah.
the last? The Wii U came out in November.
yeah, gumshoeing it all
The
over
Switch
again.
came out months after that. But try and make some parallels.
Yeah,
I know. I
How-
read the forums. I see
Yeah.
people at work, man. I see it.
Yeah, they go crazy.
Yeah.
So our it may or may not be the last topic. But our next topic is a great game that is right behind Geronimo, actually, known as Star Overdrive. So the demo came out.
It came out a couple days
yesterday?
ago, or
Yeah, a
maybe it
couple
was
days.
yesterday. It's been blurring together, man.
Yeah, I know it's weird.
Yeah.
No, today is Saturday. It's Friday. Yeah, Thursday. It came out Thursday.
It was Thursday. Yeah.
So we have actually had the opportunity to play the game. Vito, did you play the demo?
No.
Okay, great. That's great. Perfect. So we have actually had the opportunity to play this game, get our hands on it, on the demo. Geronimo, how are you liking the game? Give us a little bit about the game.
Okay, so the game. Okay, so overall, I think the game is pretty solid. I think it's definitely an indie game. I'm not too familiar with the studio.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're based out of somewhere in Europe. I forgot what country though. I have to double check. But I can tell it's a relatively small team, and it might be their first game as far as like crafting its own game. But the whole gist of it is, it's more like an action adventure type of game. Like you're this one character who has a hoverboard, which you get in the early parts of the game. It's like a tutorial how to walk and jump and side dodge and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
Once you get the hoverboard, you go into an open actually how the background looks. You go into this open landscape with a lot of hills and ramps and everything, and it's pretty open-ended, and you can go really fast up and down hills. You press the B button to charge, and then once you hit the the hill and ramp, you can jump up and you can use the right stick and do tricks in the air. And as long as you land normal, you get a quick speed boost, and really that feels really exhilarating as you go through. If it like once you get into it, it's really fun. Now this is not like an SSX. Like you're not trying to max out the tricky bar or the equivalent of the bottom of the screen. It's more so like you're going around. You're hoverboarding, you're feeling cool doing it, and sometimes you go in some areas and you fight some enemies, and you can also get some abilities. You have to meet, at least in this demo, you have to go to like 2 or 3 different towers where you basically have to put in an item, and that pretty much removes your ability to hoverboard. Then you're taken into like a little puzzle area, not quite like shrines in like Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom, where they're like, hey, do this, figure it out. It's more like, you get this new ability, and then you use the new ability in this little mini dungeon, you make your way out, and you have it in the overworld. Like, you had one ability where you can like use like a tractor beam and grab enemies, and you can either like drop them for like puzzles, like activating buttons, or you can throw them at other enemies and damage them. And there's another one where you also get a keytar, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Keytar, you get the keytar, and you can like just mash the button, and you'll do like shoot these projectiles at the enemies, and you'll play like music when doing it. So it's pretty cool in that aspect. It's like kind of open-ended. You do a lot of tricks, and you can do like certain little smaller things, like a race between these you'll get to that as well, Sandstorm, I believe.
Okay.
You go through these gates. You basically have to go through them within a certain amount of time on some time trial type stuff.
Okay.
But yeah, and then there's a boss at the end. I'm not gonna spoil that one, but it's a really fun boss. Kind of reminds me of something from Breath of the Wild, is what I will say.
Okay.
Not exactly like 1-to-1, but it reminded me of it, and it's pretty fun. But overall, yeah, I really enjoyed the demo. I think it's a little over an hour long, maybe as far as like point A to point B, get to where it says thanks for playing the demo. And I believe it comes out mid-April. And for those that like physical, it's also getting a physical release on Switch. I think it's only on Switch as far as consoles, but they did say there'll be a PC version later.
Yeah.
But yeah, what you think about it, Sandstorm?
So, man, so this was a game I think early on that Vito and I looked at. One of the directs came around it, and so like first seeing that, we were like, dang, yeah, this looks dope, So
yeah,
hearing about it and knowing that there was a demo, oh my gosh. So I'll say this. I want to say this first and foremost. I think this is the correct way that you do demos.
Yes.
It started you off at the right place. It gave you context of what you're playing and what you're doing in the world. It gave you options and the opportunity to see how you grow, and what you'll be doing further with those things when you grow. And it even allowed you to customize like the main piece, which is your hoverboard.
Yes.
Not fully to your liking, but it allowed you some options, right? So you can try out different options. As far as like the gameplay, love it. Sora has a keyblade. My man's has got a keytar. You know what I'm saying? Like he fights with his piano. You know what I'm saying? I think that is hot. The idea behind it is real dope. Kind of reminds you of Hi-Fi Rush in that aspect. But yeah, but it's traversing that world that's behind Geronimo. Like so you already have like in this mindset, like, okay, open world like I'm gonna be doing some stuff, I'm going some places, but like they do this shift from like in a cutscene where they kind of like slow pan it around for you so you can see like the world and beyond, and you just look and you like, dang, that's a ramp.
Yep.
I'm hitting that. There, over there, that's dope. Like it changes your whole immediately, like clicks you in, and you're like, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm about to hit a trick off that ramp. I'm about to check that out. I'm gonna go over there, see what this is about. And then they just kind of like bolt you right into it. Like, and so that aspect of it, love it. They were spot on with that. Love that. Love that. Like Geronimo said, it's not about the tricks and the stuff like that you end up pulling off where you get like points or anything like that.
Like high scores or
Yeah.
whatever.
I can imagine somewhere probably down the line they'll do, they'll add that type of thing. But it's just fun surfing the ground and just like busting out these crazy tricks. Even if you low jump, I notice even if you low jump, you can do like little kick flips or little pop shove it on the ground. And it's like,
shove it.
yeah. I'm like, okay, that's kind of sweet.
That is pretty cool. I just do that sometimes just because you don't really get anything or you just do it and it's like,
Yeah.
kick flip.
Just like real quick, you know what I'm saying? Before I hop off this board, let me just pop this real quick. So it's
video game.
yes. It's very sweet in that aspect. The fighting, I like it. I can see it growing in places. Some of the enemies made me a little mad, especially that like lizard who like spits from a distance.
Yes. Oh man.
Pissed me off real quick. But it has a good way of blocking you from getting to other areas. Not in the normal sense of here's an invisible wall that just like showed up just so you know you can't go that way. The water actually is the way you can't traverse. So he has the hoverboard on his back and he can't swim across with the hoverboard, like he'll drown. Likewise, and this I love this homage, that it pays homage to Back to the Future 2, where you can't hover over the water. You have to have like a special add-on, they tell you, in order to traverse the water. So like as soon as it's not like, oh, I'm going real fast and I can just get over to the water and glide my way to the other side. As soon as you get to the water, it's like, and you like,
yeah, you come to a halt almost. The first time it happened, it hit me with the, hey man, you need something to go over water. And I was like, it can't be that bad. I'm gonna keep my momentum. But as soon as the screen went away, it was like, oh. And I was like, okay, let me see if I can swim. My character said, and then I was like, oh man, that's rough. So I learned the hard way for sure.
Yeah. Like Geronimo said, they're not the areas are not exactly like shrines because they handle them a different way. They're shrine-esque, They come up out the ground, they open up, you go to a lower level area that teaches you some of that stuff. One of the biggest thing that I took for this, and I was talking to Geronimo behind the scenes, Vito, you may or may not like this idea. I think you kind of like this idea because it's kind of a good idea. Is I could definitely see this being a Sonic game, with like Sonic with a hoverboard. You know what I'm saying? Like
I can see it being Shadow Blade.
Even Shadow, or it's in the Sonic world. You know what I'm saying? And him being able to like hop on a hoverboard or the hover skates or whatever, and doing all these tricks off. And even like when he grabs the board, you could still run fast and move fast and do all the loops and stuff like that. But like there are some areas where it would be dope, like kind of like that little piece that's to the left of Geronimo, that like thing that's kind of sticking out a little bit. Yeah. Yep. That. Yep.
Yeah, that ramp. It's a ramp. Actually.
It's a ramp. So I could easily see them either being in ball form or even just running and taking that ramp and jumping in the air, hopping on the hoverboard, busting out all these tricks. You know what I mean? Like in a stereotypical like Sonic Shadow way. You know what I'm saying? And talking mess while they doing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Right.
That was easy. You know what I'm saying? This world really complements Sonic and the Sonic universe, I should say, in a really, really nice way. I almost want to say I would think it'd be dope if they could collab with like Sega and get somebody in here to be able to do those kind of things, because it like you don't even need to add the big loop ramps that Sonic has, because they're basically in here. And they're natural landforms on top of that. It's not like that out of place Sonic loop, you know what I'm saying? Like, who built that? Like, why did that?
Right. It's just part of the Sonic world, man.
Yeah, like, what was that?
Random loop-de-loop in not San Francisco or something.
Like, why? Why was that even there? Like, was that for him specifically? What happened?
You can run down the building.
Yeah. So like there's even like tubular areas where it almost looks like maybe it was a giant tree, or like, you know, a giant something, and it got hollowed out over time. And so you see like certain pieces are open and everything, and you can hover and go around in a circle in like the Sonic fashion, you know, when you were doing like the special, like the secret areas or whatever. And like there's so many homages to Sonic as far as that aspect. So yeah, man, definitely. And I say this to the chat, if you have not tried Star Overdrive, definitely check it out. There's no time limit on the amount of time you play. Like Geronimo said, if you just play it straight through, about an hour. I'm just trying to bust out tricks and see where I can go, and it's fun. And the customization of your own board, that was fun too. I thought it was going to be like, because they give you it's almost like there's a jar, and over time you like collect a bunch of stuff out in the world, hard, soft, pause, tech related stuff.
Those are
like
the items.
just a bunch of items, and you put them in this jar, and that's what you get. Like, that's where you're like +1 and +2 to like certain things end up showing up, and you craft your hoverboard, so you can make it have wings. The wings could look different, the way the board looks could look different, the pictures on the bottom could look different. Like, it's very intricate for something so small.
Right.
Like,
It does make a difference, because when I was playing it earlier today, before, way before recording, going live, and I was like, there's like a certain enemy I came across, and I was like, I had to like keep moving around so it wouldn't like charge at me, and I was like, dang, wish I could like corner better with my hoverboard. And I remembered, like, oh yeah, there's the crafting area, so I went back there. And I remember I had all these items, or I think I call them components or whatever. Yeah. And and I, put them in the jar, like you said, Sandstorm, and then I was like, oh, I can turn better now. Dang, I should have did this before. I did on the hard mode before. Basically, that probably took me like almost 10 minutes of just going around. Yeah. But yeah, I do like how you can kind of customize the feel of your hoverboard, like how fast you go when you finish your tricks and you land. You get you increase your burst of speed. Like I said, you can change your cornering. You can change I guess they mentioned the gravity, but I think it's if you launch yourself, how long you stay within the air. You can do tricks, so you get more air time basically.
I think it's both the air time and how hard you slam when you finally hit the ground. Because I think when
That's right.
you first get it and you do it, it makes this noise like pow, and a little thing comes around you, and so in my head automatically I'm thinking, dang, I must have not landed that right. Every time you're like pow, and I'm like, dang, maybe I gotta time these tricks, but that's actually the boost building up. But I think when you land it lowers your speed before it boosts. So if you change the gravity of it, it doesn't hit the ground as hard, and keeps your speed and boost a lot higher when you need it to. So
yeah, because they do a good job of kind of visualizing kind of that impact when you land, because you can get some crazy air. Again, if I can point right, this ramp right here, these type ramps. Yeah, once you launch off that, you go over that body of water that's in the background. You go all the way back there, back there. It can happen.
You be styling,
Yeah, I just over there. I'm just doing all the tricks. Like, yup. I'm just going. I'm going. As soon as I land, boom. Oh, it feels so good, man. It's a lot of fun. Yeah.
Yeah. So definitely, guys, check out that game. Star Overdrive. Like Geronimo said, it comes out sometime in April for Switch as a timed exclusive, and then later it will be out for I was gonna say PS5, and that's completely wrong. For PC.
Yeah.
But the PC, even I just checked Steam for PC, it just says coming soon. So there's no
okay.
like direct time that they're telling you when it comes out. This is to be honest with you, one of those games where I'm hesitant to buy now, and it's not because of the game, whether it's good or not, but it lines up close to the April Direct, and I want to know.
Oh yeah.
I want to know. Now, play wise, the game is smooth. Like it
Yes.
it runs very smooth. I played it both on handheld and on TV. It runs smooth. So,
Yeah. I think it's a native resolution in handheld.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause it looks pretty crisp on the screen.
Mm-hmm. So
And it's pretty. The performance is. It's mostly rock solid. There are a couple of dips, but that's usually like there's some areas where there's like more than like half a dozen enemies,
mm-hmm.
and like stuff is going back and forth. But it's nothing crazy like crashing or anything like that.
Yeah.
It's just within the means of the hardware, and it
So
looks
I'm
good docked
wondering-
as well. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm wondering if it's gonna be a Switch 2 release as well. Because if that's the case, then I will probably pick it up for Switch 2. But as it stands right now, that's definitely going to be one of the games on my list, especially since it drops at, what did you get it at, Geronimo? 40?
Yeah, 40 or $39.99 US dollars. I have the physical pre-ordered on Amazon, just because I was like, oh, this might be one of the last like physical indie type games I get on the Switch One. So that might be one of like the final ones I get for real. I'm gonna definitely take the plunge on the. I'll of course, like you said, I'm gonna wait on that Switch 2 Direct or anytime around that. If they announce, hey, we got a Switch 2 version coming, then okay, bet.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get that version for sure. I can see some room where this game could look. I mean, I think it looks pretty good for current Switch hardware, but I think they could make it look even sharper too on the Switch 2 if they have the means for it. But yeah, I think as far as a Switch 1 game, I think it's pretty solid so far.
Yeah. I mean, aesthetically, I think it's aesthetically pleasing.
Yes.
It's not a realistic look. It's almost like
kind of
like softly watercolored a little bit, like
Yeah.
softly painted.
Yeah, I can see that. I can get that vibe. Like when you see like the horizon in the far distance of things, it kind of has that water painterly kind of look.
Yeah.
And it's a little little cell shaded-ish as well.
Yeah, a little cell shaded.
It's like a mixture of both of those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely a fun game. I'm looking forward to hopefully they open up the combat as well, so you get more attack moves and stuff like that as you progress through the game. I think the biggest question at this point that I have is like, how much of this world do I get to play around with? How big is the world that I really get to traverse with? Because as far as we saw, like it's big, like pause, but it's.
It seemed it seemed pretty. Like, it did give off some of the vibes of like, you see that ramp or that hill.
Yeah.
You can't get over there. You might need some abilities first, upgraded to go over the water or something. But once you get over there, you're over there.
Yeah. So we'll definitely be keeping our eye on this. Maybe I may play it. Geronimo. So Geronimo is actually you're doing a kind of like an early review of the demo, right?
Yeah, I've actually been kind of working on the video on the side here. You see me going back and forth. But I've been focusing here, of course. But yeah, I'm gonna have a video go up on probably I'm debating on letting it go either tomorrow or Monday. It's not going to be a super crazily edited video. It's mostly just going to be the playthrough of the
Mhm.
demo. I'm going to cut out some little parts. There's parts where I died just because of like, oh shoot, I didn't know it worked like that or whatever. But yeah, I'm going to cut it down. And it'll mostly just be gameplay, and I'll like do timestamps of like certain places if people are interested in like the tricking going around or the combat or story, do like that. I don't know if I'll do like a full review of the final game. It really depends on how much I like resonate with it. And of
Mhm.
course, there's a few other things coming out in April as well. That's gonna be crazy.
Yeah.
Like what was it, South of Midnight? Like,
Right.
oh boy, Nintendo might just be like, oh, here's a Metroid Prime 2 and 3 out of nowhere. Like,
Right.
they don't care about our wallets and time.
Right.
But yeah, I'll definitely at least do like maybe a fall video as well. But yeah, definitely look out for a demo playthrough. And this is
Okay.
actually a screenshot from the gameplay. So yeah.
Yes. Check out Geronimo's demo gameplay video coming out soon.
Yep. Monday at the latest.
Yes.
The 3rd. Yeah, Monday the 3rd at the latest.
And we'll definitely be keeping our eyes on that.
Mhm.
Real quickly, and this is like an honest question.
Mhm.
Do y'all, because I need both of y'all for this. It can't just be one. Do y'all have enough time to get through Generation 8 and Generation 9?
I mean, yeah, I got time for sure. I will try not to be as long-winded as like about like Gen 5, Gen 6, or whatever. Yeah, I'm down. Yeah, if you're available, I'm down as well.
It just depends on the time. Like, I'm not sure though.
Okay, well then,
I got a few minutes now, but
okay,
Well-
then we'll do Gen 8. How about we
Okay.
just do Gen 8?
Okay.
Because I feel like Gen 9 is gonna be
Yeah, we can
probably
talk
the
about that forever.
longest. Yeah.
The most. It's current. It's right now.
Yeah, it's the current
Yeah.
generation, so it's gonna be really long.
Yeah.
So Generation 8. So we moved away from Generation 7. Nintendo, this is an interesting time. This is the start of the shift of where we're at today. So
ooh, hey, real quick, the new Black Panther's been confirmed. All right, go ahead.
the new Black Panther game.
What, the
or
movie?
No, somebody's playing the new Black Panther. He's been confirmed. It's dude from Snowfall.
Wait,
Not the main character.
is that Dan? What's his name?
Yeah. The
Oh,
dude
you're gonna.
from Snowfall.
Is it something Idris?
Yeah.
Wait, really? Hold
Yeah.
on. You said Snowfall? That's a
Yeah.
show I should go back and actually watch for real. Damson Idris.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what? I remember seeing some folks fan casting him for Black Panther.
Yeah. There's been a lot of people fan casting him. A couple other actors that's like over there in London. But definitely they've been talking about him either playing Kang or Black Panther.
Mm.
I hope it's Black Panther because we need another T'Challa or at least a grown up T'Challa. I don't want to make this MCU talk, but yeah, it'll be a good look to get him cast as Black Panther for real.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be interesting. I don't mind it. I mean, he's gonna
I'm
be
getting
the
the-
new.
I'm getting
He's gonna be
my-
the new T'Challa, right?
Yeah, I'm getting my source from Everything Always. So it's still always with a grain of salt, but if he put confirmed on his thing, most likely it's real.
Oh, there was a leak that happened today.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
it was
seeing
like
that too.
concept art for the next Avengers movie,
Yo, I did see that.
which was interesting. I saw it on Blue Sky today, and I was like, hold on.
Yeah, what the Doomsday joint?
Yeah, it's weird though, because they say it's from Avengers Doomsday. That's the next one they're gonna start shooting. I think this month or April. They're actually that's probably why it got leaked because they're about to start shooting for real. Which is crazy to think about. But the stuff they showed and some of the comic book knowledge I have, that looks like stuff that will be in the Secret Wars movie, not the Doomsday one. Personally,
Yeah.
yeah. But it looks interesting though.
Yeah. Yeah.
Interesting.
Very interesting. I'm gonna have to look into that further after this.
Yeah. Sorry for going off topic.
No,
Nah,
you're
you're
good,
good.
you're
That's,
good, you're
that's definitely worth it.
Yeah.
The Black Panther.
Right. So we get a shift kind of in the gaming industry. The Wii was mega successful. Nintendo is moving into their last year of the Wii, and there's the user rate of the Wii has dropped significantly. Not as many games are being pushed out, and we move into the life of the Wii U. And boy, oh boy, when I tell you that this single-handed situation is the reason why we are in the situation that we are in now. Right.
God, green screen's killing it. But yeah, there it is.
This is the Wii U is the single-handedly the situation as to why things are the way that they are now. And so so the Wii U, we get talks of the Wii U, a lot of murmurs and stuff like that about what it's going to be and what it's going to look like when it comes out. The Wii U gets shown off in 2011, and they show the system off. We've done this so many times on the Stormcast, the Shadowcast.
Oh man.
And on the Winging It podcast of watching this reveal. And 11 times does Nintendo call this their new system, their new console, what's next for them. And G4, this moment, these are the moments that single-handedly killed G4. But G4,
the beginning of the end.
Yes, it was the beginning of the end, where they reported that they didn't know what the Wii U was the tablet an add-on for the Wii. It was just not really clearly translated. They didn't understand. And so over the length of the time of this generation, Nintendo pulled back from E3 in the sense of doing live shows because of that situation, and instead started doing directs, the beginning of the greatness. And so instead of having to present to other people, they could give off every information how they wanted to give it out directly to you. And at first, a lot of people complained and talked about how Nintendo was out of the game, blah, 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 blah. And now we live in a day where everybody has a direct. Everybody has a direct, and E3 no longer exists.
10 other trendsetters yet again. Again.
And journalism is no longer journalism. It is a bunch of people with their own opinions. Journalism is not professionally seeked as it was before that time. And lastly, to point out, the Wii U is actually the first system to use the GPU setup, where the GPU was doing all the main tasks while the CPU was doing all the background tasks. Where before that, a lot of the systems were CPU heavy because they were having the CPU doing the main tasks while the GPU kind of wrote the code, and they found out that it would actually be faster if it was in reverse. Crazy, I know, right? This marked a point where Nintendo was actually ahead of the curve, as the PlayStation and the Xbox do the exact same thing, and developers pretended like they didn't know. And then when the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One came out, then they miraculously figured it all out. And this was after the time that basically Nintendo wasn't getting a lot of the third party. They had to depend on themselves. And at the time, Wii U had 14 million to end off the generation. PlayStation had 116 million, and I think Xbox was somewhere at like 80 or 70 million. So what were your guys' experience this generation with in the 8th generation?
Good old 8th gen. Actually, Vila, did you want to say your piece just in case it's time sensitive or anything?
No, you good. You good.
You good? Oh, I'm good. Okay, cool. I won't take too long, I promise. All right, so so Gen 8. Yeah, Gen 8 was interesting. That was me and my friend group, group of friends in college at the time for sure. We were all kind of looking like, what's the next thing? It was the Xbox One and then, PlayStation 4. The Well, actually, we'll go before. Let's actually start with Wii U. So, Wii U came out in 2012. I was not really excited for the launch of the Wii U personally because, well, I wasn't really sure about Nintendo Land. I didn't really know anyone else that was really hype about it to hype me up about it like that. And then they had what? They had New Super Mario Brothers U, which is, I mean, I still haven't played to this day, but that's kind of me and just kind of 2D Mario. I'm kind of, I'm not really too into it as much these days. But before that, I'd played like the Wii one a lot, and then I'd gotten the 3DS one, New Super Mario Brothers 2. And so it seemed kind of like, it felt like oversaturation of the 2D Mario stuff for me personally. So I wasn't truly interested in it like that. So I let it go. That launch year just, it was like, okay, it came out November 2012. That's that. Fast forward to the E3 in 2013. It's a very hype E3. I think that was when Smash 4 got revealed for Wii U and 3DS, which was very hype. But that was also the year where Xbox had the infamous Xbox One TV with Don Matrick.
Oh yeah.
And they just fumbled all the bags. They did everything wrong. It's like someone gives you a checklist. Okay, this is how you win at E3. And there's like 5 things. They did the exact opposite of those 5 things. And at PlayStation, knowing how reactionary they are to certain game decisions, Nintendo, whatever, they're very good at it, as we see. They just were like, okay, well, our console's gonna be $100 less, this and the other.
Oh yeah.
Used games, you don't have to worry about DRM, which they were gonna do that as well. Not many people know that. They were gonna have that implemented, but they just took it out the last second to get that easy
Win.
PR win. Exactly, that easy PR win. And so, that happened. And I was like, dang, I'm kind of all in on PS4. So I was definitely one of the people, the many that did the Xbox 360 to PS4 jump. But that wasn't for another year after that. That year, though, later in 2013, a buddy of mine then, I actually got a good deal on the Wii U. I got one for I think just over 200. It was the black one, the premium, not the basic white one. So I was able to get that and didn't have any games with it. So I really just had a Wii U, and I was like, okay, I have a Wii U now. I was like, what should I play on it? I think the first 2 things I play on it, I got Super Metroid on the Virtual Console.
Oh wow.
Played it, loved it, and was like, dang, this holds up to this day. Because that was my first time fully playing through it front to back like that. And I played the Sonic Lost World demo, which was whatever. But the vast majority of the Wii U time for me, 2014 was a banger year. That was probably the Wii U's best year. It had Mario Kart 8 came out, the original Mario Kart 8. I was fiending for that game because the more they showed it, the more I was like, okay, this looks like, why they make it look so good compared to Mario Kart Wii? Not saying Mario Kart Wii looked bad, it's just Mario Kart Wii looked like a nicer version of Double Dash because the Wii and GameCube hardware. But 8 was like, oh man, the lighting and the anti-gravity. So I downloaded digitally midnight. I was like, I gotta get it. Played it the whole weekend. Loved it. Still love it to this day, even with deluxe. But yeah, Wii U for me is mostly where I got into Bayonetta, just the series. It was a good look. They saved Bayonetta 2 from Sega not trying to foot the bill for platinum at the time. From what I understand, I know a lot of people got really mad about it, and they're mad to this day. If you post about it on social media, probably on Twitter or something, you'll get that one salty person saying, "Man, it should have always moved to PlayStation or Xbox every time, or PC every time." There's gonna be at least one person that says that to this day. But yeah, Bayonetta 2 is a banger. Shovel Knight was born. To me, the indie game Shovel Knight, where you're like, oh, it's kind of like a Castlevania Mega Man-esque, but you're you with shovel. Yeah, that was born there too. Splatoon, Birth of Splatoon. I put in a crazy amount of hours on Splatoon. I was with a whole group and everything. Over 2,000 hours, so I can talk the talk and walk the walk with it. But interestingly enough, though, once the Switch came out, the Wii U was hooked up for a bit of time, but it took a back seat because Switch was the new hotness in 2017. Only reason why I really kept it hooked up when like Breath of the Wild came out was to play keep playing Splatoon. Up until Splatoon 2 came out. Then now it's kind of like the Wii U is kind of going away for a while. Fast forward to what year was it? 2021. That was the year after Monolith Soft, they made the very wise decision to make the definitive edition of Xenoblade Chronicles 1. And I played it there, and this was I actually got a day one. I played through all the story. It took me like a month and a half or something for Xenoblade, and I was really into it. And then fast forward to 2021, I went back and did the Future Connected story of that release, and which is basically just like those smaller Xenoblade releases. They kind of like refine the Xenoblade experience of that game. It's like a shorter runtime, like maybe 15-20 hours. Played that and was really excited about the future of the series, and I was like, okay, I gotta get into all these other Xenoblades. I looked up on eBay, got Xenoblade Chronicles X in 2021. Hooked the Wii U up, downloaded all the little digital packs because you can like download the I think they call them the data packs to speed up loading and whatnot, and got into X there, and it was like a mind blown thing. I was like, I understand everything. And that's, I think, when I started following some of you guys on social media, and I was familiar with Shadow Fox through some other YouTubers, and I familiar with Jay through Shadow Fox, and I remember seeing him post about X a lot back then, and I was like, okay, let me give this a shot for real. It took me like between a year of playing it 2 separate times to finish it. I didn't finish it fully until 2022, but I was still playing off and on really up to last year. I had the Wii U hooked up, just going through doing some of the side quests, building up the mechs and everything. But Wii U to me is pretty much like, it had a handful of really good games, some interesting exclusives. We all know the story at this point. Third party, after that first holiday in 2012, they said, oh, no more sales. They pieced out. And all the narratives were like, oh, Nintendo's doomed. Nintendo should go third party, this and the other, which made no sense because the 3DS was right here doing what it was doing. And I mean, as we saw with the current 9th gen with Switch, a lot of the games got moved over. I mean, some of us might have little nitpicks here and there. Oh, I like the gamepad for this reason, for that reason. The gamepad it's okay. It's definitely ergonomically comfortable, but when you show it to someone, they're gonna think it's like some Fisher Price gamepad, to be honest. But other than that, though, it was a good first foray to HD for Nintendo. They went through some of the growing pains. There was some missteps here and there, but the software, which really matters, was still very good. And that's how I feel about it. So I do look back on it fondly in some aspects. Oh, and Miiverse was cool too. Shout out to the Miiverse memes, like the nice water guy and Metroid crawl. Yeah, so yeah.
Okay. So Vito.
Yes, sir.
Okay. What about your experience, bro?
Let's see. So with that gen, it was the 8th gen.
Yeah.
First one I had, of course, it's always Xbox. I don't know why, but lately it's always been Xbox. I always get an Xbox first. So it was the Xbox One, the OG joint, the one with you can barely touch it and it'll turn on like touch screen thing on the front of the Xbox or whatever. So I had that. Probably a little, I don't want to say right when it came out, but maybe like a year or 2 later, I had it. Really didn't have any like standout game, to be honest. I when it comes out to the Xbox and my Wii, I didn't have like standout games or whatever like that I actually, like would go back to it. That was just my system where I was just playing just all third parties, all types of stuff like that, right? So that was just getting me through. I was playing all the new, you know what I'm saying, like 2K and all the other stuff, blah blah blah. There really wasn't no like standout games. Then my second system was the Wii U, I believe. Yeah, with my ex, and getting the Wii U. But we didn't have, again, I didn't have like any standout games. I didn't get Xenoblade or anything like that. Even though Sandstorm kept telling me about it and telling me I should play it, and kept trying to convince me to get it. We just never did at the time and stuff like that. But we did have Pokken tournament. Yeah, we did have.
Oh yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I did get Pokken. I played a little bit.
We need more Pokken.
They should have. Yeah, they really should have done like a second one or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I have the Wii U disc. I don't have the Switch one, but I definitely have the Wii U one still.
Yeah, it was dope. It was, and I just can't remember all the games I had. Like I said, it was I was dating some of them. That was our system together, so I can't remember exactly what we all had or whatever. But it wasn't standout games. It wasn't what I mean by standout, like exclusives or something like that. You know what I'm saying, or whatever. So it was. I didn't have any of those. Well, I mean, I guess you would say Pokken Tournament would be exclusive. And Mario and all that, but I mean, it just wasn't like boom, like yeah, man, I'm taking it to this. It wasn't Xenoblade, you know what I mean? So then I ended up getting a PS4, and then that became my exclusive. That's when I started rocking out with all the exclusives and getting all the like the Uncharted's and God of War, Last of Us. And I think I want to say, did I get Last of Us 2 on that thing? Yeah, I ended up playing Last of Us 2 and stuff. I was telling the sales, I was like, yeah, no, this is crazy because you can play this 2 different people. This kind of around.
Oh yeah.
And I was like,
In my backlog, funny enough.
I was like, the girl, there's like this girl on here, like she a juggernaut, dog. Like she power bombing dudes, this and the third, I was like, she it. I was like, this is that game. I was just liking the way it was just playing and like the story and stuff like that. Again, that's more of a story game anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But I really just started getting into that, to the exclusives of PS4 and stuff. Of course, like I said, I still have my my Xbox, and I would get games for my Xbox. Like I had Kakarot, I had like a lot of fighting games on my Xbox. Like I ended up getting like the Naruto collection and all that. Just little throwaway games or whatever I like to say. But definitely was, to me, kind of underwhelming as far as like a standout game that's like, oh, this is that deal. Like, oh snap. Besides God of War, I think God of War is probably that oh snap moment for me. Like when
Yeah.
that
game was serious. That was like one of those, you can't miss it when it came out.
yeah.
Or at least that year. Yeah.
Yep, and like just the fact that it was in like the Norse mythology stuff, and we was in Norse mythology stuff in the MCU. I was kind of like, oh yeah, and then like, you know what I'm saying, like Thor shows up at the end of the game or whatever. Like, yeah, we gotta talk. Like I was waiting for him to show up, you know what I'm saying, the whole time, and I was like, oh, this is it. And it was going through the mythology the way I knew it and all this other stuff. Like Sansa will tell you, I love mythology.
Mm-hmm.
So God of War was like, at the time I was all into Greek mythology, and that was just perfect. Like back in the day, like when I first started playing God of War. So definitely that was a highlight. That Uncharted, I think it was Uncharted. Was it Uncharted 4?
Probably 4. Well, they did the collection on PS.
Yeah, they did a collection. Collection.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't get that collection. It was crazy. I ended up I don't know what I was thinking. I don't know why I didn't get that too. It was dope too over at our GameStop. But once I was playing Uncharted, man, I was like, oh snap, this is what Tomb Raider is supposed to be. That's what I kept looking at. Like, This is dope. Um, I think I got into what else did I get into when I was on that gen? Because it was something that I normally don't play that I got into on those gens. Like every gen, I have like a different game I didn't get into, and then later on I get into. And Sandstorm was hyping it up, and I got to it. Later. I was like, "Oh snap!" And then I'm going to him like, "Hey, yo, you played it? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? That was back in the day." So I can't think on as far as. I think you know what's crazy? I think this time around on that gen, I was the one to him saying like all the games. It's like, oh snap, this is that deal, or oh yeah, you might want to check this out. This is crazy. Ooh.
Yeah, I think eighth generation. I can definitely say Shadows of War was one of those. Not Shadows of War. What's the other one? Shadows of Mordor.
Shadows of Mordor.
Shadows of
It
Mordor.
was both. It was Shadows of Mordor and Shadows of War. Y'all both came out on that gen.
Because it was mostly on the stuff that like, because like you said, you had the Xbox way before I had the PS4.
Yeah.
And so it was a bunch of stuff that was like, oh, like this is on here or whatever. You're gonna have to check this out, and then I check it out after you had already had it. But even with some of the PlayStation stuff, I want to say that was the same way. I don't think I knew there was Infamous until you had like brought it back up. Like, oh, there's another Infamous. There's another Infamous. So yeah.
Did I tell you about those? I think I did.
Yeah, those Infamous games on PS4 are pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was the one with the Native American dude. What was it? Infamous Second Son.
Yeah.
First Light.
Yeah.
That was like a DLC, but still people consider that as like his own game because it kind of did stand out.
Yeah,
but
like a standalone. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Those were pretty cool. Like just the fact that the PS4 like had that little feature, or it kind of still does with the 5, but the controller get to talking to you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It was cool at first, and I was like, nah, music going to say.
Right. Doing
Well,
all that
it depends
talking.
on the game. It depends on the game.
Yeah, for sure. Like especially like I forgot what. You know what? It might be a recent game. I don't know what it was. It might be. You know what? It might be Stellar Blade, where somebody got to talking to me, and it was through the controller, and I don't think it was through the like the TV.
The TV.
I'm hearing it straight up through the controller, and I'm like, who is talking? Like, why is it talking to me? Oh, yeah, it was Stellar. Matter of fact, it was a situation where somebody was crying out for help. It was like an android or a robot crying out for help. That's like Rogue from whatever the hive mind stuff is with these robots, or whatever. But he was like crying out for. He was like, if anybody's in the area, please. And it was only coming through the controller. And I was like, don't do that at midnight, because I'm by myself, it's dark in here, and that just pops up like, hey, if anybody, I'm looking around and stuff. My dog looked at me like, you all right? I'm up there like, oh, this controller just talked to me. Somebody talking to me. But yeah, no, that's like you said, there's certain games and stuff like that works out for it. Especially games like that have some kind of like phone thing. Like I would definitely, like, this is what I would want them to do if they ever did, but if they like remade Saints Row 2, right? There's points of times where people will call you and be like, oh yeah, your hood's underneath attack and blah blah blah, this is the third, or somebody call you and be like, hey, meet me at such and such, woo woo woo. That would be perfect coming through the controller, like speakers.
I mean, even Arkham Knight did it back with the PS4. What's her name?
Oracle.
Was she? Okay, she was Oracle.
Oracle?
Yeah.
Barbara Oracle.
Yeah, like that was, and it was crazy even than that. Standing on top, and they'd be like, Batman, blah blah blah. You'd be like, whoa, wait a minute. My volume is down on my TV. Why is it? I
Was
trying
it
to
was
win
it
the kids.
was it Arkham Knight or did they first do it on City?
I don't know. I played. I don't know.
I feel like they did it on City because City was like,
Arkham
City's
City was the second one, right?
yeah, and
Yeah,
that
that
was
was the second one.
extremely underrated. And
Nah.
they had a lot of features on there
Did-
that brought out the systems. You know what I'm saying?
Did the Wii U tablet have
I
a
feel like that.
speaker on it? It
feel like
did have a
it did.
speaker on it. So
It did.
yeah, I guess it could have been on Arkham City.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got speakers on it. And it's got
Yeah.
a little tiny mic.
Yeah, so I guess it could have been that. Because I know even in Arkham City with the Wii U, you can actually speak in the mic for.
Oh, that's
certain
right.
things.
Think of the Wii U
Yeah.
version.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, that's that generation. It trendset it definitely. It definitely made the game different. You know what I'm saying? It changed like everything, like you said, Sandstorm. The Wii U changed a lot of things. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Especially for that gen. So it definitely transcended on that one. Well, you know, Nintendo. We always said this. Nintendo transcends regardless. Like it destroyed the game with the Wii. That's as far as like everybody trying to get nunchucks on their stuff, like PlayStation.
Yeah. Every
Right.
motion waggle and
Yeah.
right.
And then here come Xbox with their Kinect, and you know what I'm saying? They're like, okay, no, you ain't need nunchucks. Just use your body, and just with the sensors and stuff like that. It's like, all right, yeah, we definitely gave y'all the blueprint to try your stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yup.
Try this or try that. Some third. So, definitely. Nintendo's always trendsetting, but definitely, yeah, that underrated but still a trendsetter, especially to the gaming industry, was that Wii U on that gen.
that's
Definitely.
facts.
Yeah, for me, the 8th generation, man. So we started off with the Wii U. Hold on, give me 2 seconds. So golly, blowing up. So the 8th generation, I started off with the Wii U. Had Mario, the 2D Mario, and Zombie U.
Oh yeah.
That game was incredible. Just how they utilized it. This marks for me, this is like the beginning of the downhill spiral for Ubisoft. But
True.
it sat pretty high because Zombie U I thought was a really great game. I think it was a dumb idea to try to move it to PS4 without all the additional things, but that's neither here nor there. So we had the biggest drought in the Wii U between games, mostly because a lot of third party backed off. So that's what moved me into getting the PlayStation 4. I would honestly say that PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 3 are tied with me for like the best PlayStation system. I think PS2 still holds the title just off of how many games there are off
Yeah.
strength.
The time and everything.
Yeah,
Perfect storm.
and how wild the games are different, like the creativity and stuff like that. But the PS4, I mean, there was a bunch of memorable games, right? I still play my PS4 to this day. There's still a lot of games that they still get to this day on top of that. So, you know, it's like Far Cry, me and my boy, that's our like sit and talk about life game. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh yeah.
Just like the Ghost of Tsushima. Like,
Oh man, I love that game.
I probably
That was that game.
That helped the panorama in 2020.
yeah. I think that is probably like, if not one, number 2 favorite samurai game of all time.
It's up there for me.
Yeah, it's way up there.
Yeah.
And it's that for PlayStation. I think for PlayStation, that system came at a perfect time. How they addressed it, how they counterattacked Xbox, like all the moves that they made for that system was right in the right way, right?
Yep.
First and foremost, it was a gaming system, which is so weird because people criticize the Switch for being like a gaming. Why can't we have Netflix, all this other stuff? Well, PlayStation can do those things, but PlayStation never advertised it as an all-in-one system like that.
Yeah.
It was a gaming system first and foremost. For Xbox, I've had an Xbox One, but like very short lived. Most of the games that I wanted to play were multi-platform, and they ran better on the PlayStation 4. And the few, by the time I was able to get them, now they're available for PC. But for me, it was just PlayStation and Wii U at the time. And
Hey, you know what run terrible on that Xbox One? I gotta say this. It was that Mafia 3. That ran terrible on that
Oh,
Xbox.
did it?
Terrible.
Oh man.
To the point where now that I have that, when I got the PS4 or whatever,
Mhm.
and I played it there, and I was like, the definitive edition stuff. I was like, whoa, this is like way different, way different. Like it was like what was going on with that Xbox? I had no idea, but it played terrible. Like it was weird. It was weird.
Yeah. So PlayStation. I feel like they made all the right moves. PlayStation 4 Pro.
I just was like, I mean, okay. I think at the time I didn't really have a 4K TV, so I just was like, I don't think this is for me. And then some of the games, it just didn't really feel like a worthy upgrade. Like I just thought I'll just wait for the PlayStation 5. And that was even before they even said, "Oh, it's coming, it's confirmed." Or anything like that.
I think I told a lot of people that like if you didn't have a PlayStation and you wanted a PlayStation at that point, like play the PS4 Pro, that makes sense. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You got a 4K TV, that makes sense. If you already own a PlayStation 4,
Storm.
There's no need.
the difference was not going to be that great, you know.
Yeah.
And then you were looking, and then if you put yourself in that slot, just like you said, Geronimo, if you put yourself in that slot where you had a PlayStation 4, then you go with PS4 Pro, the next system you're gonna get is a PS5, and I guarantee you it's gonna be 4K anyway, and do it better than what the 4 Pro, and you're gonna have new games on top of that. Now, do you have a lot of new games? That's
It'll take a while for reasons.
right.
Pandemic.
You know, but
Wait for it to go Coyote this year, and
sometime, right?
yeah, like
Sometime this year. But even still, I just think that 8th generation PlayStation did a great job. Nintendo. So this also marks an interesting time for them too, because instead of like doubling down heavy on a system, they future-proof themselves for the next system. So during this time, the Game Boy division and the handheld division and the console division were two separate divisions. They moved them and merged them into one division at that point, so they could, what they were telling us at the time, put out more content. And at first we didn't really see that until the Switch time came around. I was like, oh, I'll see what you did there. But during the Wii U time, we had some bangers. We did get some bangers, and y'all been asking for them bangers, and we've been getting them bangers. All right, so we got the greatest version of the game of all time, Wind Waker HD.
Wind Waker HD. Yup.
Nothing better to just be on that gamepad and just bloop, 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 do all that. The quality of life changes were great. Still to this day, this game sits so high. No, I ain't gonna say that one yet. We got, like Geronimo and Vito said, we got Bayonetta 2.
Oh yeah.
Banger game. Out of the three, this is still probably the best one.
Yeah, overall, I agree.
Yeah, this girl.
Nah, first.
This girl.
Oh,
did.
you like the first one?
the first one over this one? Wait. But wait.
I hate that. I hate the QTs in that first one.
Let's-
I love the game. It's just the QTs. I'd be like, oh yeah, that's right.
Let's keep this a book though. Which Bayonetta is the sexiest though?
Which one is the sexiest?
Well, the pixie cut is nice. I'm not
Like-
gonna lie.
like,
It's the
I
pixie
would
cut is-
honestly say
Sandstorm.
that last.
Oh, 3? You talking about 3? No. Oh man. I don't think I can grab. Oh no, it is right here. I got 3 right here. Perfect.
You got 3? Okay.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay.
I ain't gonna lie. I'll
Let me
say
do
no,
this.
real talk. I'll say 1 for me, for real though.
1? Oh,
Yeah.
Actually, 1. I'm not honestly. I don't really fight people over which Bayonetta they like the most because I know there's a number of people that are not really fond of 3,
I like
but
three. I like
personally, as far as like running through and all the combat stuff, I think it might be my favorite. But as like an overall Bayonetta game package, I will
Mhm.
put 2 over both 1 and 3 because of that tag climax, that 2-player mode.
Yeah.
That is an underrated mode.
Yeah, I feel
That mode
that.
is fun. That mode is fun as heck. Like
Not to mention, it's the only one where you get to play the R-Wing. Keep that in
that's
mind,
right.
too.
Yup. You had the costumes as well. And that was the beginning of Platinum should make a new Star Fox.
Yeah.
And yeah, I was like that too. I was like, hey man, this was great. This was fire. And then if I can get it in time, where is it? I have it down here. Wait, is that it? Yeah, okay. And then this is Guard. Anyway, I'll get it eventually. But then they did do the Star Fox, and I was like,
Oh.
think-
that wasn't the same.
Miyamoto, he's the GOAT. But I was like, man, they tried really hard to make the gamepad super intuitive for it, and sometimes it was really fun. Like this might be a hot take, but I think Star Fox Zero has some of the most fun dogfight missions as far as like Team Star Fox versus Team Star Wolf in those open areas. That once you do get a hold on how the gamepad stuff works, that became really fun. But yeah, everything else it was just a HD reskin of Star Fox 64.
Yeah.
Make a new Star Fox, please, a brand new one. Where is my Star Fox copy? I'm tripping. Anyway, that's not important. I have it. It's just it might be in storage. But yeah.
So
Yeah.
another game, since we didn't get GTA, we got our closest thing.
Right. I never played that.
It's not bad. It's not.
Yo.
Bad. It's not better than Marvel.
Yo, did you just compare that to GT?
I mean,
No,
he's
that's
not
our
wrong
GTA.
though.
That's we use GTA. That's
It's a
we-
similar style. It's,
Was
I
it,
mean,
was it Saints Row 3 on the Wii U?
No,
nah.
no,
That wasn't the third.
nope,
No.
Wasn't on the Wii U.
nope.
It might have been like one of those rumored games, like Crisis
Yeah.
3 or whatever.
No,
But,
we didn't.
nah.
We did not have an open world game like that. Not
Nope.
like an open world city, pseudo realistic type of game. Not on the Wii U. But one of the greatest games of all time that we will be seeing very soon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
Yes.
That overview trailer this week?
Yeah, I know.
Wow. I was like, yeah. Like it really like they reached to my brain. It's like we're gonna do all the things you want us to do and more.
Yeah,
Couldn't believe it.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
couldn't believe it.
So that's gonna be our show for today. As you can see, Vito hopped out; he had to leave. But thank you guys so much for coming through. Thank you, Sam. Thank you, Amanda. Thank you, Trinell. Jay Biggs. Appreciate y'all holding it down. Dark Void. Thank you all for coming through and holding it down for us. We will be at it again next month. Wow, next week. At 7 o'clock. Before we get out of here, Geronimo, you want to throw anything extra out for us?
Just again, appreciate being on the show as always, and appreciate everybody in the chat as well. Just play a good game. What's happening next week? I guess as far as me next week,
Mhm.
I've been kind of trying to get YouTube streaming back on the channel with Monster Hunter Wilds. I'm kind of getting back into the dual stream on Twitch and YouTube, so look out for those. I might not stream again until tomorrow night, but yeah, as far as Monster Hunter, so I don't have a full schedule yet. I'm kind of thinking about how I want to go about that. I'm kind of ready to do like another small, here's a channel update video of what's coming in the next few months or so. But yes, Star Overdrive demo playthrough video is coming. I think I'm gonna have it go up on Monday for sure, because I'm gonna sit down and kind of edit as best as I can for it.
Okay.
So the final video is the best I can make it. And then after that, yeah, it's gonna be some Monster Hunter Wilds gameplay here and there. I'm gonna work on some other videos I've been kind of mulling over for a while, like my controller collection. I know Vito mentioned that really months ago. He said, "Oh, I'd love to see that," but I might do that. It's kind of like a stopgap video. But other than that, we're just vibing over here.
Okay. And as well for the Stormcast, you can catch us every Saturday at 7 o'clock. Tomorrow we have a Winging It podcast at 7 o'clock as well. Whew, I'm really gonna try to be there because I haven't been there for the last few. Yeah,
I was missing you last week. Yeah, I was in the chat. I had it on the side. I was watching / listening, but yeah.
This is
I feel like it was something with my kids. I feel like
Life be happening. I feel
Yeah, it's just So every time I'm like, then it's like,
the next day happens. Whoa.
Yeah.
It happens, man. It's all good.
So Monday we have the Jill podcast at 7 o'clock as well. So make sure you tune in for that. And then, like I said at the beginning of this podcast, Nunami. The latest episode will be this coming Friday. So make sure you guys stay tuned for that. Other than that, that's all we got. Thank you guys so much for coming through. We really appreciate you. And we will see you guys later. Oh, it paused on me. There we go. Peace.
Yeah.